Big up, big up, big up, and welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. Top of the leagues still. We are top of the league still, and we are going live right now with a little bit of viral post-match reaction. It is a 3-2 victory that we see our team, some might say, eke out or squeak out. Either or might apply, but all the same, it is a victory, a W all the same, and it does not matter because we are sitting atop of the league, people. Once again, Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, ends up definitely bestowing upon his Reds a victory. So we are joined today by the Irishman, and we're joined by Lee and Nolante, and we might be joined by JK here shortly. Or even maybe KJ if he's out there. If he's more than welcome to join us as well. But we are 3-2 victories, winners today. How you feeling, Irishman?
Wow. I said it to you backstage, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, but I don't really care either. I think if the next result, and it's not just if the next result, but and I'll explain why in a minute, but I think potentially if we beat Man City, I think today Mo Salah may have just won us the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think that's how big that was in a momentum shift. I think when he
it was massive. If we hadn't have won, if we hadn't drew that game, it would have been a big blow, wouldn't it? We're sitting pretty 8 points clear, but it wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing of performances. There's that old saying about winning ugly. I wouldn't say it was necessarily that ugly a game, but we weren't in control of it as much as we should have been, I felt. But hey, it doesn't matter now. We're 8 points clear, and we move on, don't we, to the next match?
You want to complete what you're saying, Brian? Or
no, sorry, no.
Say it
sorry,
for
just yeah, no. In terms of the yeah, just what was like I know it might sound hyperbolic. So we've just won the league there today. I think where that game was happening and settled down, that one touch finish, and then when he scores that penalty, I was like, take the yellow, Mo. Take that yellow. Get your top up.
There's
a reason. Yeah, there's a reason why he did that. There's a reason why a player like Mo, who was won everything, took his top off. It's an away game at Southampton, and you're taking a yellow for it. He realized how huge that goal was.
Yeah, that was worth it. Right? That was well worth it.
Yeah, so that wasn't just winner in a game.
I think he took his top off for all the doubters and he had to flex on people.
Well, no, it just genuinely, I think if that was a normal game, this is what I'm saying. He knows that wasn't a normal goal in a normal game. He knows what we were talking about, the point shift before, how important this game was. Everything about the narrative, like all those people in Manchester looking at it's 1-1. Here we go. Oh, it's 2-1. Everybody losing their minds watching this Liverpool game. He realized that needed to be changed.
You could see how important. You could see it on Slot's face, couldn't you? How important it was when we weren't winning, when we were behind. You could see his gob on the touchline, and he weren't happy. And he did manage to rectify it. I was hoping it'd be a second half performance, because we've got used to that a little bit this season, haven't we? That we're better in second halves. But once I felt we were comfortable once we were in front. They had a couple of little situations, but not much once we were in front.
Big up, Nolante. What's your say? I know that you were a little bit frustrated in that first half, and even more so, or not say more so, but a little bit so. Same vibe going off into the second half. What are your thoughts?
I actually feel like with the performance being a bit shabby, that might be a good thing going into the City game. We'll know we've got to do a whole lot better against them defensively.
No,
And sometimes results
definitely.
like that are good for you, you know, where you have a bad display, like, and we weren't at it today defensively, where we allowed them with not much in their arsenal to cut us apart. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't have much firepower, but they managed to cut us apart a couple of times. And we can't do that versus City, can we?
Yeah, very sure. Milante, like I was saying, I know that you were a little bit frustrated, but you can do a little bit of venting here. How are you feeling?
So kind of you 12 as one of the fellow co-hosts. I'm going to be straight and I'm going to be very blunt, and some people might not like what I want to hear to say, but apart from VVD to an extent, Grav and Salah and Diaz and Mac made the difference when they came on. The rest of the boys were a bit average. They weren't great, if I'm honest. And yeah, we got the win, but that wasn't good. And if we play like that against Madrid and City, we'll be having a different conversation. That's what I'm saying. So I'm grateful for the win.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm grateful for the win, but the players need to buck up, because that wasn't great. But we take the win.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I could add to that fact, because that's what you're saying is absolute facts. But I will say this is that it's a rotated lineup with a team that should have gotten results. I mean, we nearly quadrupled them in shots. We had them in I did say, and this is one of those things I always say, that you can normally see whoever is controlling, whoever has the more corner kicks probably was the more offensively a bigger threat. So we more than tripled their corners to our corners. So
it took us a long time, though. We only had 2 in the first half.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
And all of a sudden, they started to like really just rifle off though. After a while, they were just you could tell they probably were like I want to say punch drunk, like a team, but they were.
No, they get tired.
Yeah,
we said at halftime, right? We said at halftime, it's a classic old boring cliche of how long can they keep this up for, kind of thing.
Yep.
And it's when you get tired, okay, you can bring in some players. When we get tired, we can bring in some players. But then the next thing is, that's when your bench comes into it. The quality we have to bring, so eventually it's going to wear them down and that. But it was not fun to watch for a long time. It was not fun.
It wasn't
a disjointed performance in the first half, wasn't it?
Wait, Brian, you kind of faded off a little bit at the.
Oh no, sorry. I was just K-Mac and Pops have just carried something straight over from somewhere else. Obviously, Robbo was done for me. I've been saying it for a long time. Pops is saying K-Mac, see you still on that agenda. Okay. So welcome K-Mac, welcome Pops, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
So yeah,
welcome.
Hi chaps.
Welcome on.
Hi K-Mac.
Yeah, look, the penalty given to Robbo. I knew that was going to be this would be a perfect time for that little logo or that little crest that I made up for like the Scapegoat FC. It was a bad foul. It was questionable if it was on if his foot was on the line. I think
because it was very questionable whether his foot. It looked to me
never a penalty.
Never a penalty. If anything was touching the line, it was like the meat of his foot above his foot. Where your feet stick out a bit in a pair of boots.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I think that was like the universe kind of said. I know in basketball, if you foul someone or you get a foul called on you and the guy goes up and misses the free throw, it's kind of like the universe saying, I don't think that was a good call. I think that Kelleher coming out and making the save initially on that one was kind of like the universe saying, we're trying to give you a break, Liverpool. We're trying to give you a break. But it really wasn't.
They did gift us the first goal, but the commentator said that then we gifted them the equaliser. But I thought the ref gifted them it with that pen decision. So I'm going to go
K-Mac
there.
and K-Mac and Pops are going at it. Let's see. Robbo was playing like he did for Klopp, too high, leaving Grab and BBD too much to cover. And once again, no end product from, I don't know if no end product from Robbo. And then Pops is saying, I felt like he felt his foot was just on the line and knew they would give it. I think it was just too close to being on the line that they were going to give it, that they were going to say, they were going to go. Like, I think the referee went with, I think right there, the referee should just say, you know what, like, it's a foul, but I'm not going to give the penalty, and then allow for VAR to decide if his foot is on the line or not. Like, there's no way that the referee was able to get a real good read as to whether his
to my eyes, the sole of his foot where his studs are was firmly planted just outside the box.
Yeah, they even said it themselves. They said it on the punditry was talking about, like, you might. They all said that it looked like there was green in between his foot and the line, but yet they're like, oh, what? But you never know because certain angles of the camera can show this or show that. And I'm like, yeah, I get that part and point, but I mean, it was just way too close.
Well, I hope we get one.
It didn't end up. It wasn't like that was the breaking point, though. I mean, that goal, it wasn't like, okay, that we got conceded on there, and then that was where we like crumbled and fell apart completely.
I was worried that we could pick up
we should have gone with the
like early on, because like that first yellow for Bradley I thought was unnecessary. The yellow for Bradley, it was the reaction of the Southampton player, and I felt like him and Ibu were sort of on a bit of a tightrope then in the first half, because Ibu got cards not long after. I wasn't the biggest fan of that ref today.
No, I don't think the referee was covered in glory today completely. I'm not totally putting on his shoulders, but I do think that Southampton came out. I'll let you go, Brian.
You came up with the new Johnny Cochran football defense. If there's green in between, a pen can't be seen.
There you go. I like that. If there's green in between,
pen can't be seen.
Can't be seen. Yeah. That was good. Yeah. No. I thought that they came out and played. Southampton came out and played physical. They're going to definitely play a little bit of. I wouldn't say they were completely dark art-ish, but they kind of were. You knew it was definitely going to be a little bit of a romp. Their big guy was certainly playing out of his skin. What was his name? I'm going to blank his name.
Yeah, Anuachu.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he caused a few problems, didn't he? Like getting on the ball.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a handle to take into account. And then
the whole thing of coming back after the break, and it affects every team. Now it affected them as well as us. You know what I mean? We were slightly out of our rhythm, weren't we, today? And it didn't look convincing, but we've done the job. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better fixture, probably, to return and play them. You know what I mean?
I guess, you know what? I think that people, again, this is what I would say. I'll throw it over to Nolante, then Irishman, and then I'll let you comment on this comment, Lee. I kept saying early, excuse me, that this is a potential banana peel style game.
Yeah,
considering they're a desperate team, they're at home. They're a desperate team. They're at home. They got nothing to lose. This game, intently for all reasons, like as and I think we're all assured that Southampton is most likely going to be relegated. But not only are we pretty assured of that, this would have been certainly the biggest victory. This would have been like one of those victories that they could have, put a feather in their cap type victory, where they can at least say, "Oh well, we're horrible, but remember that one day that we ended up
lose there a number of times, and it's always usually a terrible performance as well. We don't go there and lose like a game that we're good in by the odd goal. Usually, if we lose at Southampton, we play terribly as well, and we didn't play great today, but we did get the win.
Yeah.
But that's it. But you see, the thing is that if they'd come out and beat us, with a top performance, right? That's one thing. Like you
Mhm.
go there, like, but if they'd beaten us today,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be because they played brilliantly, or it wouldn't have been that kind of thing. You can take it where you go there and wow, they played absolutely out of their skin, Mane, but Lallana back in the day got to have, these kind of, but not today, man.
Yeah. There was
No, if
nothing
we'd
there,
lost that
was there,
game
from
today,
them,
it wouldn't have
really?
been. No, and Pops is right. I was kind of amazed by this guy, this Onuachu guy. He was
Yeah.
the first time I saw him, he was standing beside Virgil, and I was like, "Who the hell is that guy playing for us?" He made Virgil look like he was some 5'10" normal size human.
Yeah,
This guy was massive,
I thought
and
he was so big. I
he got
thought he
a
was at
yellow
first.
card.
I thought he was a center half.
Yeah, I mean the guy,
You know?
Kanade didn't know what to do with him, pushed him out of
Yeah.
the way, and gets a yellow straight away. We had Bradley and Kanade on yellows early doors because Ibu was just like, he made Ibu
Yeah.
look small. Like,
Ostensibly, you would imagine that that's the type of
great
ball
feet.
it's easy for Ibu and Virgil to play, that it would be meat and
Don't know
drink to
about
them,
that.
like, but he did cause a few problems early doors, didn't he, just with his presence?
Mm-hmm. Like, and K-Mac has been bringing it up there. That's why I was talking about today's game being so important, because today's game, a win in today's game, gives us the opportunity to beat City at home and go 11 points cleared, which is absolutely insane. So that's why a win today was absolutely huge. That's why I was talking about. Again, I was exaggerating, but Salah's performance today could be the difference, could have won us a league title, is what I'm saying, because of the momentum shift in that game, the 8 point, and then it gives us the ability to go and do what we can do against City next week. Had we lost that game,
they've got a job on their hands to try and win at Anfield, mate. The form there, and they've got a right job on their hands to try and turn this form around in such a short amount of time. I'm not counting my chickens. I never would do that against a side as good as City, but we're in a good moment, and they're not.
And like everybody said, and I'll just leave it at this: if we beat them next week, right, and we're 11 points clear of them, as we said many times, like if we were 11 points behind City, do you think any of us would be saying, "Oh, it's only November, we can still win that"? No.
Yeah.
We get 11 points ahead of them. That's it. That should be it. That's a Newcastle collapse. That will be a bottle job if we don't win it.
That would be bad. That would be bad. I think that, again, what I was trying to get at too earlier in the statement was the fact that we had this game was initially, I know we asked about the weather. I thought that our local weatherman, who I guess looked out the window and said, no, looks okay. Didn't really
it was okay
see
in the first half.
Yeah.
Got bad in the second.
It got bad in the second half. A lot of rain, it was definitely pretty windy out there. That's going to affect, obviously crosses and trying to put long shots in. But then again, it can also adjust the path of the ball a little bit, play with the trajectory and make it very difficult for the goalkeepers. A lot of shots in this game. I can't believe that there was a lot of shots in this game. But I seen Red Underscore talking about everyone's saying that he was playing Balotelli level. That's a little bit. That's an interesting one. The step overs and no look passes. I think he played so far out of his game that he ended up kind of over exceeding himself a little bit today. End up going down with that injury. And talk about Nacho, and then the whole can he get off? Can he not get off? He knew it from the very beginning that he already made the
Yeah, I'm usually the type of fan I can sometimes as a fan bitch about how unkind the fixture list is. When they've arrived certain games, but these were perfect. Well, this was perfect for us coming back and playing Southampton. If we would have been playing a tougher team, it might have been, we might not have got the result. But anyway, we got it, and we're playing City and Real Madrid at a really good time. These fixtures have fell at a good time to play City and Madrid.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was kind of a wake-up call. It's the team back together. We'll get them back on the training pitch. They'll get a little bit more continuity, but also the bigger thing is, hopefully everyone is healthy enough right now, because like there were some knocks in this game that I was concerned about. The knock on Gravenberch I was concerned about for a little bit. There was a little bit of a touchy foul against Diaz that I was concerned about for a quick second. Only because like you don't want to see, they're, like I said, they're playing I wouldn't say they're dark artists or they're playing dirty, but they're definitely playing physical, and they were certainly trying to get some type of result from this game today because they're desperate. And you know how when you're desperate like that, you're going to have players that play out of their skin, or also try to like knock you down and try to like
still went against us. When we were 2-1 down, if Bradley or Libby picked up a second yellow, then we went down to 10, as well as being behind in the game, that might have been even tough. Well, it would have been.
No, that's a good statement. I'm going to bring up Pops' statement because he has something he disagrees with you, Brian. But and yeah, in the end of the season, if we're getting all these fixtures now, obviously the end of the season is going to look that much different. But I will say this, and I'll let Brian speak for himself, but Pop says he disagrees. It's still only November, and they are the champions 6 out of the last 7 and have the money to make them way better in January. Agreed on that. They do have the money to make themselves better. I'm sure they will try to figure out something to put themselves together. Or fix whatever they have going wrong for them currently, which is obviously the loss or the Rodri not being a part of the pitch. I know that Rodri's also trying to talk about returning this year to help them out. That's a lot to put on his shoulders. There's a lot for him to try to like rush back. I don't think he wants to. I don't think that's a proper move for him, but that's his decision if he does try to make it that move. But again, I think Brian, I agree with what Brian has to say. If you were to tell me that we hypothetically beat City and we go 11 points clear, the league should be ours to dictate as to who is going to be the. That's a lot of points to all of a sudden. If you're going to tell me also that City would have, I know they're not all in the Prem, but if you're telling me that City would have 5 losses in a row, that's a year that you have to capitalize. Period. Because that's not going to happen too often. It's just not. Yeah, and that's saying that City gets it together by January and goes on some incredible streak and doesn't lose again. That's a lot to ask.
No, just so Pops is replying to me there, and he's saying, like, all I would say, Pops, is an 11-point lead in December, right? If you tell me you have an 11-point lead in December over them and we don't win the league, I think we will have, I used the word bottle earlier on. I hate that word. I don't really mean it. But that will be a failure on our behalf, because we also have the scouting, the data, the analytics, the resources, because we spent nothing in the window to go out and strengthen in January, which is what I've been saying we should do. We go out and strengthen in a couple of key positions. We can push ourselves over that line in January, so it doesn't matter. If we drop an 11-point lead, it won't be because, no, that's City, man. That's what happens. You can't. We're not Leicester. We're not Everton. We're not Brighton. We're not Nottingham Forest that are outperforming everybody. And look at that team with they've come out of the blocks. But of course, that's them. They'll fall away. They're Aston Villa. They're Newcastle. No, this is Liverpool.
Bottling it is when you have a historically unassailable lead and don't win the title. It's not bottling it when you lose the league by a couple of points or a point after like a fight all season. Bottling it is having, like I said, a historically unassailable lead and then not.
But look at this City team, Pops. Look at this City team. They are not what they were. They are in a crash zone right now. I'm not saying they can't recover. Of course they will. They're too big not to. But right now, they are in the shit. And we need to take advantage of that. We just go out and we do that. We win games. Okay? We can only talk about what we've done right now. Ifs. If we don't use the word if, then we can't talk about the future trap. So we can, So that's what we need to do. We go out, we do what they do. We win enough games. If we win an 11-point lead and we keep playing the way we're playing, we will win the league.
Right.
Because there's no guarantee they get better. That's the other fallacy is, oh, well, they will improve. Not necessarily.
But we've got a better goal system, so it's going to take 4 wins for them and 4 losses for us. You know what I mean? That's 4 games in it, 12 points.
It would need an 11-point lead would need a massive collapse. And does Slot look like the kind of manager who collapses? Because we're not doing this on a knife edge. This is not a full bore going bang, 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 you know, winning crazy games as wow. How long can they keep this up? It's just controlled shit. It's not dramatic. It's nice and slow. It's not just sleep.
I see, and this was his response to you, by the way. To me. He agrees we need to take advantage, but just saying there's a long time to go and a lot can happen. Certainly so.
Some of that's dependent.
I know there's all
January, isn't it? And if City feel they can go out and end in January, like then that's gonna make it a bit harder. But they've still got to make up the points, haven't they? With whatever new players they buy, they've got to get them to settle in and then make up the points, haven't they?
Yeah. I understand how they're saying evening 3 points, but nothing to be proud of, or not to be proud of it. I'm very proud of it, to be honest with you, considering I look at it as 3 points. Look, sometimes you have to get these types of victories, and I get that it is a 3-2 victory in essence. In my head, I'm thinking it's a 1-0 victory, in that like we evened it up, you know, at one point, and we're able to get that goal. That's once we knotted it up at 2-2. I wasn't looking at it as I was looking beyond the fact that we conceded 2 goals or the penalty kick that ended up being a goal off the deflection. I'm looking at it as it's a team that, you know, Southampton is a team that is going to fight. They're going to give people a tough run when they face any team, especially at home. And the sheer fact that, like, hey, some of these calls didn't necessarily go our way. And this isn't on the referee or anything like that. Some of the calls just didn't go our way. Some of the calls did go our way. But there's absolutely no doubt about it. I would love to see anyone trying to say that wasn't a handball. That was like... Yeah. That was the most like obvious handball. The only things it was maybe short of Odegaard's handball in the box. But
to be honest,
just quickly, Trap Joe is saying, may I ask why some of you just like to kill the momentum of celebration this early? I'm literally the guy that said about half an hour ago that I think Mo Salah could potentially have just won us a Premier League.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
If that ain't celebrating early, I don't know what is. So I ain't out here. I'm the one saying this is ours. We need to fucking go for it. We need to win it. This is there for the winning and the taking.
Sorry.
I'm super confident about this. I'm all in for us winning this league right now. I think we are going to win it.
We don't play City midweek and then Real Madrid at the weekend. I can't wait to get to grips with them.
Yeah, brilliant time to play these guys. When else would you want to play City? Right fucking now, dude.
Yeah,
this is when we want to play these guys at Anfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say. By the way, yes, Sugawara was trying to claim that.
I know.
He was like, "No, my arm was by my side." I'm like, "By your side?" You like?
But he wasn't at the start. He was kind of going, "Me,
yeah."
Me? It's like, "Yeah, you." Obviously, you. Who else you, dude?
Yeah.
Like he let it roll down his arm, and he did the little flick with his wrist at the end to tap it towards the keepers. Like we all saw that, man.
We all saw that, man. There's no hiding it.
He was like, "Are you looking at me?" He's like, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
You with Michael Jordan things? Yeah, that guy that was just playing basketball. Yeah, you.
You and the N1.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, but the little flick when you see it at the end with his wrist, it's like, nah, man. No. You're not getting away with that.
And on top of that,
like tap it back to the goalkeeper. You know how many cameras are out here, right?
You know what I will say too, as well. Shout out. We'll definitely be bringing up those clips tomorrow. You know, with the Judge Footy Mo. If you hear me, Judge Footy Mo, I know you don't possibly watch my program, but you know you should. I think because I will give him credit. He has been on a campaign trying to make sure that people understand that Mo Salah is and should be considered a living legend of the Premier League, by the way.
Of course.
Absolutely someone that continues to put in performance after performance after performance. Today was one of those days. He absolutely had it dialed in somewhat today. He had a couple of shots that he probably could have made it 3 or maybe even if not 4 goals for him today, because he had the one to hit the post.
But he's not playing well. He's not playing
Big up, JK.
well.
Big up, bro.
He's not playing well. Who cares about goals? He's stinky.
Right.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
How about to Hamza? Tell me who's irrelevant now. Tell me some irrelevant moments from Mo Salah now. Yes, I'm speaking to Hamza and his 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers that listen to that hogwash.
All of our players have got levels they can go up, and I think they will.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, JK. Big up, JK. Big up. How are you doing today?
I'm cool, bro. Big up, Lee. No, Auntie. Brian. What you saying, Lee? Go on, bro.
All our players have got levels they can step up. They can go into higher gears.
Exactly.
Ryan can, Alexis can, Szoboszlai can, Mo can, Diaz can. I don't know about Jota, but it's Nunes. Jota can if he comes back. I don't know about Nunes, but all the others, your Curtis, they can all play better than what they are doing. You know, the side can improve and will improve as the season goes on, I'm sure. That's what's good about it.
Yeah. You know what it was today? I just feel that the defensively, we were looking a bit rocky.
Yeah.
It was like
with the defense.
I think the defense was pretty rocky today. Kanate and Robertson, for example, them two. Other than that, we sort of control. I think that penalty decision for them sort of turned the game. We got a goal, we were 1-0 ahead, and as soon as that penalty came, which looked like outside the box anyway.
Even me dad said that way in a pen, and he's an Evertonian.
There you go, bro. But for me, that was a penalty.
If there's green in between,
smoke it up.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, definitely. I know Mo Salah's got a little bit of he's starting to grow out his hair, but like he was letting his soul glow today for sure. I liked it a lot. We'll come into America.
We've already got our merch sorted now. We've already got our first line of merch sorted. When it hits it, we're going to have the t-shirts with the laser gravy and
laser gravy. We'll
have the hoodies with if there's green in between. We've already got them. We've got plenty ready to go.
Definitely.
I tell you what amused me earlier, that like Sky were going on about the United game as being part of Super Sunday. Away to Ipswich, and it was like, why is this? What's super about Man United? Currently, like they're not even in the top half of the table, mate. Not super.
Kevin's got a question for you guys, and wait,
but quickly before you do that, Lee, do you know what they're calling him? You know what Man United fans have started calling Ruben Amorim?
Go on.
They're calling him Ram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cringe, isn't it? Ram, like Ruben Amorim. They're calling him Ram.
They're cringe.
Ram,
as
man.
a club,
Ram
cringe,
is Ram is better than Mourinho. Sorry, who's Ram? It's cringe, man. Ram.
Bro, they're the cringiest club. Them and Arsenal are the worst.
Oh, he's already better than Fergie. He's already the new.
No, of course.
Yeah, because.
But remember what they did to Ronaldo, bro? They're God. You know what they did to? I would say the Prince Ronaldo when he came back, bro. There were loads of people after him, moaning. But he was their top scorer as well. So if they go after Ronaldo, bro, what chance has this guy got?
Yeah.
You know.
Let me bring up these questions real quick. And then bring in, because they're for the panel. Let me make sure I get all the questions here, because I think I saw another one Big up Realism, Jared. Thank you very much. Definitely remind the people, definitely to help us grow. And make sure I got all the other questions. So there was 2 questions I saw just recently, and I wanted to bring them up. One was from Kevin, and another one was from
Kevin.
Realism,
I
Jared.
don't know Kevin. Kevin is a new person, is he?
He's asking right here. Would you rest players against Madrid? I answered in the chat already. My answer. Tell us what your answers are, and we'll be with Nalante, and then go Lee, JK, and then end with Brian. So Nalante, if you're there with us, I know you're on mute. Let's see if he's there. I know he's been quiet for a little bit, so make sure he gets his say. Would you rest? Yeah. Would you rest players against Madrid? Is the question.
Possibly one or two. I would actually. No, I would.
And who would be the players that you rest?
Well, yeah, players like. Does he mean like top? Would you rest? Does he mean like would you rest the top?
Yeah, the starting
like the Salahs and the
Salahs. Yeah. You know what? I'll rest Kanate. You know, Kanate I would. And in terms of the midfield. Well, if Matt's going to come back in, then I would start Curtis ahead of Dom, if I'm honest. And yeah, that's it really. And then Diaz ahead of Gakpo, and that's it really.
Okay. Lee, who was it for you that you'd rest? Or would you rest players, period?
No, I wouldn't. The result isn't as crucial because we've already got 4 wins, but I think just for the season and from where we are and the confidence it would give if we can get a positive result against Real Madrid, it'll help us, go on, take City on, take whoever else on. It'll just help the players' confidence if we could beat Madrid at Anfield. Although it's not essential, I think it will help our season. So I wouldn't rest. I wouldn't rest any. I'd just put out a good team, see if we can win and take it from there.
Okay. Big up to one of our Red Jewels, Bernie in the house, along with Jean Grey in the house. Big up.
Bernie, your comments funny.
Jewels in the house, definitely. always pleasure to see.
Give it to God, Bernie.
Good to see you.
There was something
Bless Pops.
I'm just seeing what people like Jean Grey was saying we can afford to. Pops was saying we need no way we rest players against Madrid. In his opinion,
no.
See, go ahead, JK. What's your
like for me, we're in this. You know, when you're winning games, you want to carry on winning. I'm not going to put a weaker team out against Madrid. Like for me, Arne Slot wants to put his best out to show the world we mean business, and he's got an opportunity to do that against them. So I believe, even though we're top of the Champions League, them guys are going to be ready for Real Madrid. Our players, our players are going to think, "Oh, let's just take it easy. We got Man City at the weekend." Now they're thinking, like, you know what? Let's beat these guys. They're beat us a few times in finals. Let's get our own back. That's what I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, definitely. Big up, Bernie. I saw her shout for Salah. Big up. Yes. Thanks.
You just Trap Jones before. Did you support Liverpool?
What's that?
I have no idea, JK. I think he might be an Arsenal fan. I think he's.
I don't think he's a Liverpool fan.
Wait, say one more time.
Trap Joe.
Trap Joe. He's a Liverpool fan. That's it.
Yeah. Of course he is.
Yeah. No, I think so.
Big up, Pops.
Yeah,
Joe. Big up, Gene. Big up, both of you. Big up.
No, I'll just say quickly on the rest. I'll be
maybe too. Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. Jean Grey thinks that Grab might need a rest after that tackle.
Well,
after that tackle, you might. I mean, that was a nasty little.
Oh, they were nasty.
It was a clumsy play. It wasn't necessarily like a outright foul.
Yeah, he's one of the players that we do need to look at resting when we can.
Because I keep telling you guys
at the moment.
Well, that's the thing, innit? But I keep telling you guys, these players need to be rested. We ain't gonna win nothing. We can't be playing these players every game. This is the thing, and the only play we've got is Endo. But He's different. Slot doesn't fancy him, so we'll see. He's good for now, but I'm just saying this might come back to haunt us because it's happened in previous seasons when we play these players non-stop.
Yeah, injuries are a big concern. Like picking up an injury to grab, like, would really disrail us, wouldn't it? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
nothing similar.
But can I?
yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead,
just
Brian.
answer quickly? I don't think it's sort of like it's a yes and a no. So, will we rest players against Madrid? I think if you look at it, like we could rest, rotate, whatever you want to say, Dom or Jones or Gakpo or maybe Simicas to come in. Like, and all you'd be doing would be bringing Diaz and McAllister into your team. So it wouldn't be like you'd be resting players or dropping players. So you could bring in two guys that didn't play today, didn't start today, and they'd only be kind of giving Gakpo and someone else a bit of time off, or maybe so
I think
it's
by
not
the
so
time
much.
we get
There's
around,
people that can come in. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be resting anybody. You can bring people in. Like Mac and Diaz could play against Madrid, and it's not like we'd be weakening the team.
Mm,
You know, so
yeah.
and then that would give you a Gakpo and a Dom maybe some time off, or a Gakpo and Jones. And so then when the Man City game comes around, if you want to, so it's working really nicely that way.
Mhm.
You know, it's not about really dropping people or resting people. I don't like, but in terms of like the big people, no, like I wouldn't be giving Virgil a night off or Mo a night off or Grav against Madrid. No, I'd go with the main core of players.
Yeah.
But then you can move the Diaz's and the Gakpos and people like that. You can move that in and out around it.
Mm-hmm. I just feel with the Madrid game, it's what it can do for our season. If we beat them, whether it's a Madrid in form or out of form, doesn't really matter from that point of view. You're beating Real Madrid, and that's always a massive thing for any team. Like even it's a club the size of ours, if you beat Real Madrid, it's going to do your confidence wonders.
Yeah.
And the league is the main concern, but this is part of winning the league for me, to get a result here and then carry on from that.
I'm looking right now. Players at risk of being suspended: Jesus, Cook, Clivert, Sensei, Jackson, Keane, Bassi, Luke Morsi. Callister has 4 yellows. He's close to getting a ban. And that's it. I don't think that Ibu's not on this list as a person that would be close to getting a possible suspension for yellow card accumulation. The one player that is actually is McAllister on this list. That's the only player that we have on this list currently. I'm answering that because Jean Gray asked how close Ibu is. Ibu is someone. Excuse me. Ibu was someone that picked up a yellow card today, but he is not at risk currently. So,
Good.
yeah. Good. That's good. Is right. Good is right.
Good to see Elliot back. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be.
I was just about to comment
he'll
on
be
that.
under consideration minutes soon. I would imagine, like Elliot, and we need him, don't we? Like it's good to have that extra option. I was actually thinking he might come on today and drag Nunes off. Like,
you know what? I was thinking
yeah.
maybe we could get something heroic from him. Excuse me, but that would be a lot to ask for someone that hasn't seen the kind of like since he's been so long since he's had real playing time. The sheer fact that it's probably a mental boost for him to even be on the bench. You know, he'll probably be very well itching to get into that Real Madrid game. I think he possibly will get into that Real Madrid game, considering that that it is a game that it could be like a little bit of a warm up game for him if it's a game that we have relatively in control and allows for us to see him play.
Does anyone know if Alisson's scheduled to be fit for the Madrid games? Anyone heard any?
No, he won't play.
won't.
Trent and Ali won't play against Madrid, definitely.
Right.
So we know that much. And then it's sort of, yeah, they might be good for Man City, but no, they won't play against Madrid.
Mm.
Okay, don't.
Yeah, it will be something to see what lineup we do come out with. I've mentioned it in the chat. I think it's, I don't know, but I believe everyone has gotten their say in on at for whether they would rest players or not for that Real Madrid game coming up, and then obviously having that having the return fixture back to the Premier League being the City matchup, two big matchups on the cards for us, but I think Pops and I are on the same page. I just don't think that any player, unless they have some type of niggle or some type of knock that they're going to or dealing with, I don't think any one of these players is going to say, yeah, you know what, Real Madrid, I'll take a rest, I'll take a breather on this one. I think everyone's going to want to play. I think that you're going to see players. I think you're going to see a full complement of the. I think Lucho will start. I don't think we'll go with the switched up lineup of having Nunez on the bench and having Lucho at the striker role, but you never know. You never know. That's not a guarantee.
No, I don't see
but 12 man
wanting to play anything but his strongest 11 versus Madrid. This will be a massive game for him. He'll be pleased to be going up against Real Madrid. I don't know if he's faced them before, but yeah, he'll be made up himself, won't he? So I think he'll play his strongest side. He'll be right up for the game, aren't he?
What are you gonna say, Brian?
This is the thing for me. It's like this is the first year of this new format, and everything everybody is saying is completely 100% correct. It's Real Madrid. It's the Champions League. You want to beat them. It's all of that, and more often than not, even with the group stage thing and all that, that would probably be relevant. That would be true in terms of like how you did in the competition. But this game against them, we may as well just be playing Southampton again. In terms of how relevant it is to us qualifying from the Champions League and getting in, it's purely all on vibes and prestige.
Isn't it? Yeah,
it's got nothing. We could lose. We're unbeaten in that thing, right? We've won all our games. We're pretty much top of it. We can lose one game. That's why it's designed to work like that. You can lose one game, and you have enough games against smaller teams. We've won. We're literally. You can't have more points than us. We can lose against them, and we'll pick up more than enough points in all the other games to make our progress irrelevant. But the game in itself, in a nutshell, nobody can ever go, oh, it's just Real Madrid. We can rest a few players. But if you're looking at it like a robot or like you just go, yeah, of course, it's a relevant game. You get all your points here, and so you can rest this guy and that. So it's a very weird kind of mentality shift to have to look at it and go, it's Madrid at Anfield, it's European Cup, it must be a massive game. But actually, in the longer scheme of it, it's kind of irrelevant considering how many points we have. But you don't want to get bet 4 now. So what do you do? Well, we can lose this game, and we're still going to be in that top 8. We already have pretty much enough points to guarantee that. So we only have to beat another couple of. There's a couple of smaller teams we'll be playing. 6 more points from that. But you can't say to any manager, turn around to the press and say, they can't say that. That's why Lucho is on the bench and Grab is on the bench and Van Dijk is on the bench. Because it doesn't matter. No, you have to put out a strong team.
No, but it's just one of those things where it's like, if it was away.
But it's the dichotomy of it, I mean.
If it was away, if the fixture was away, if it was at City or if it was at Madrid, I could see us maybe not taking as much, playing for more of a result.
Oh, exactly. This is the point I'm making. You have to ignore all that. You have, everything I've said, you have to ignore it. As a manager, it's like, you have to go, yeah, I know all that to be true, but it's us against Madrid. So we have to do it. Even though, so it's kind of weird because this is the first time we've had a scenario like that because of this new format.
Well, the holes in the trophy, we want to put on a good performance, don't we?
Oh, we want to beat them. So you put out your best team, of course. You put out even in a dead rubber game, it's Madrid and Anfield. You put out your best team, but this is going to, like, in a few years' time, maybe 4 or 5 years' time, you'll have more people. You'll see the attitude will shift, where it's like, oh, it's just a dead rubber against Madrid. Whereas now, because it's the first time we've ever been in this scenario, you can look at it in the cold light of day and go, oh, but it doesn't matter if we lose that game. But it sure as fuck does matter if we do lose that game.
It's strange to me
at Anfield,
isn't it? That it's not like
it's weird. It's just this new world we're in, you know, having to kind of balance both things. It's this new way of looking at, new way of thinking. Like, this will never not be a big game that we have to go out and play well in. Of course you want to do that, but they've set this league up now where it actually doesn't matter if we lose. You know, kind of whisper it, don't tell anyone, but kind of thing. But yeah, of course you want to do it. But that's the new kind of world we're living in, I suppose, where they've set a game up like this.
Before Fergie won it in '99, his best attempt, I think, was '97.
But I'd be going strong. I'd be going strong in it.
He must have lost about 5 games on the way to the semi-final, mate, against Dortmund.
No, but the psychological boost from beating them going into the City game would be huge as well. So I'm going strong in it. Make your changes or whatever, but I'm still going strong in the game. I'm not I'm not bringing in freaking Tyler Morton or some shit like that.
I mean, like, look, that's the thing about it is, like you're saying, I know it's being put out. Those I think Malate said it, you know, he doesn't really. I wouldn't go as far as to say that he's like all in on Endo being a starter or something like that, but I think that he has trust enough that, you know, he can see the qualities or see the contribution he can get from Endo. Endo came in and did a decent job today, helping to lock it down for Mr. Lock, as Pops likes to say. And then he also saying here, he says that is also a problem because we have failed again today to find Nunez in the striker position.
Well, we did speak about that, but they were playing with 5 at the back.
Yeah, 5 at the back.
There wasn't a lot of space.
There wasn't a lot of space. There definitely wasn't. Hylor is saying 2 of our goals today came from clear defensive errors from Southampton, and the third was a pen, which makes it really 3 defensive errors. Not something he would call brilliant attacking play. I think it was more so. It was a little bit of a messy game, but let's be honest. Like, as in a team that is at the bottom of the league is going. If you're talking about messy, if we're being messy, then chances are they're going to be messy themselves. They're just fortunate to get, I think, again, a questionable call. It was definitely on the it's definitely questionable enough to give a really deeper look with the Robbo call. The other goal for them was a good goal for them.
They worked that well. They worked it well.
The other goal was a good goal for them. I mean, again, though, you're talking about like the 3 defensive errors. Our first goal came from a defensive error from them, you know, as well. I guess, and they gave the ball away to Dom, and then Dom, you know, pings it off the post into the goal. So, you know, like, you're going to get defensive errors, you're going to get those types of things. You know, it's about capitalizing on the defensive errors, and we did. There's another play. It was very close to being an absolute tap-in for Lucho, and that was the pass when Nunez has got that break. He tries to put it across. It wasn't nice. It was a decent cross. It was just behind him a little bit. And again, I guess, you know, get this team on the training pitch a little bit, get them dialed in together a little bit more, you know. And
a lot of defense this weekend, hasn't there? And you do generally get that after the international break. That all sides are a bit rusty. We were a bit rusty, like.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, and that's why I bring that up.
That wasn't the only game with a buttload of defensive errors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would go all out too, Broncos. I'd say I would like to make a statement win against Real Madrid, especially since Real Madrid is so like. Real Madrid isn't at peak form of their normal Real Madrid levels. Okay, I'm not saying Real Madrid is bad a team or anything like that. What I am saying is I don't think they're at like the sheer brilliant level that they've been at times.
It's just the players, especially when it comes to Champions League. It'd be nice to see our
statement we need to make.
Won't it?
What's that again? You guys are
I
wait.
think we're already making a statement. I think we've already made a huge statement. I just think it's like, yeah, like I'm not sorry. I'm not trying to be. I don't want to be painted as a guy that's saying we need to address every don't win that
Mhm.
game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's interesting the dialogue that's created now by this new thing where I think in a few years' time you'll have people actually looking at games like that going, oh yeah, but they don't matter.
Yeah, it's
Whereas
like I
now
said
they
to you
do.
then.
Right now
The
they still
closest,
do.
yeah, the closest
Especially again
Leeds ever
before
got
City.
to it was '97 before they won it. They got to the semi versus Dortmund. Dortmund went on and won it, and they'd already lost about 6 games by the semi-final. And I was just getting used to the Champions League format then, because it was only like 3 seasons old or something then, the Champions League format.
And they kept changing it. So do you remember when they brought in like the second group phase for a
Yeah,
while? There was that thing for a
yeah,
while. That was like there was a group phase, then there was another group phase, and
Mhm.
it
yeah,
just went on forever. Yeah, you could lose 3 or 4. Yeah, but no, I'm 100% like I say. If you take that out of this week, that would be this week. I'm 100% saying if we go out and put a performance
Mhm.
against them and beat them at Anfield and carry that into the City game. Yes, I want us to do that. I do want us to go out and do it. I just think it's interesting now that the fact that it's
yeah.
weird that we can be looking at it going, well,
In
it
a
actually don't
position
matter
where
that
we
much
don't have to win.
points wise. Yeah, but no, do it, man. It's all. I'm all for the mentality of it. We beat Southampton with a brilliant
Yeah,
comeback.
that's where it
Go
is.
beat
That's what
City
it's
with a
all
huge
about,
win.
isn't it? To bounce the
Get that,
ongoing
yeah, get that mentality going. Dom is in a good place. Mo is in a good place. Get him a couple of goals against Madrid, then get him up against City and their makeshift whatever they've got going on.
I'm desperate
Keep
for
it
Mo to
going.
get
Keep it
one against
rolling.
Madrid. I really want Mo to score against Madrid. He'll enjoy that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we'll see the muscles again if he does. If he scores against Madrid, I think he might have a Sergio Ramos t-shirt on underneath or something like that, hopefully.
Yeah. Now I'm hoping he gets himself well in the game and gets a goal. Like, it'd be nice for him, like going to score against Madrid. I mean, Courtois denied him in Paris, didn't he? That was a good save. Yeah, he'd be itching to get a go at them
That's a
again.
really good question. I'm thinking more about it now. I was about to give an answer, but now as mid-sentence, mid-type, I paused to actually say, let me think about that a little deeper. Bernie asks the question here. She says, obviously, we don't want to lose or draw either, and that's obvious. We want to win. We want to win both games, obviously. But but who would you rather lose, or let's just say, who would you rather draw with if you had to?
Oh,
If you had to, between the 2 next fixtures, with a draw in the Champions League and maybe a win in the Prem, or would a draw
Take the win in the league.
in the league, and then have it be a win.
I'd accept a loss in the Champions League as long as
Take
we
the win
beat
in the league.
Mhm.
But I don't want a loss or a draw.
If you had to lose or draw one of the two, if you had
only lose or draw. Well, lose against Madrid and then beat City, because like I was saying, we can lose against Madrid and we'll be well into the knockouts. It doesn't matter. And if that means we beat City, and that means we're 11 points. That's it, man. Let's lock this league down. Let's get it done.
Something Pops is not agreeing on me with. He says, "No, I don't agree there. We had 3-on-1 when the ball first came into the box. Robbo, Ebo, and Bradley, yet their lone attacker found a pass."
Oh, the Southampton goal. That goal. Well, it was good build up. Adam Armstrong. Yeah, we did. But the guy I picked out before the game that I thought was going to be good for them was Billing, and he was involved in both goals. He was the guy that got taken down for the non-existent penalty, and he was involved in that build-up. So they got some good players out there. Yeah, it was our defense got drawn way over to one side, and it was like Nolante was saying, it was kind of just one pass.
Yeah.
But sometimes if we'd scored a goal like that, we'd be like, oh, we look at that, man, it's great, great goal. Bang, 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 and they're in the box and got a chance. But look, we held on in there. I know the commentators were saying it just before it went 2-2. I think they were talking about, it's a sign of a team that you don't play well and you still win a game.
Mhm.
you know, and I know it's a cliche, but we weren't playing well.
Mhm.
And then we get probably the most clutch player in the league. In maybe Haaland in the last season was kind of a one-in-one. You give a chance, he's going to get it. He doesn't miss much. But other than him, Mo, if you got someone that you need to win a game,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy this season, if he hasn't, he like all of a sudden he went from, like some people say he was doing nothing. I can get that, right?
Mhm.
But next thing you know, he's gone from doing nothing to bringing us back into a game that was a huge game, an enormous game for us, and
Mhm.
then being the width of a post away from having a hat trick in a Premier League game. Like
Yeah.
that's how quickly he changed up gears.
Yeah.
You know, he
He
went.
had
Oh,
another
what's
good
going on?
shot too. There was another good shot, or another good chance that he
After he
should
scored
have.
the pen, yeah, he could have scored that, but the one that hit that was before he hit the post. So he had chances after that. So all of a sudden he's gone from doing nothing, as it were, to dragging us back into a game. A first touch finish, unbelievable. You know,
Mhm.
to being the width of a post or another good shot away from a hat trick in the Premier League.
Mhm.
We're gonna be careful what you wish for. You know, if you don't think this guy is good enough and you want him to leave, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one
Certainly.
else on that pitch was doing that for us today, showing up like that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a real consortium of those out there. Ipswich up has tied it up
What are we
1-1 by
doing?
the way. That's what I'm
Come
looking
on,
for in
ye
that game, by the
tractors.
way. I'm looking for a draw.
Tractors.
I would like to see a draw in that matchup. I know people are saying loss or like to see Manchester United
Nice.
lose. Let's keep it 100. Yes. That'd be
No,
great
let's
to
give it to the
see.
tractor boys. I want them
Yeah,
to win. I want the tractor boys to win.
Yeah.
But Pops is saying he was still anonymous, but these are the guys, Pops, aren't they? Just ask Chris Angel, you know, the silent assassins. They don't make no fuss. They don't make no fuss, but they make all the difference, you know. That's what I want from Mo, yeah. All these people, oh, he's anonymous, he's quiet. Oh, that what? How long have you been watching ball, man? How long have they been watching ball?
How long you been
know?
watching Mo?
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not and I know Pops was making a joke about it earlier on there, about he's still not clinical. Like, do you remember that 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Oh, Salah, yeah, he's good, but he's not clinical.
Yep.
Like, that was the thing. He'd score like 2 goals in a game, but he'd miss 6 chances. Like, yeah, he scored 2, but
Is
yeah,
it?
he's not clinical, is he? It's like, what the fuck? It's been going on that long. Mo isn't clinical. Liverpool aren't clinical. Okay.
Do you think Darwin will start against Madrid, or do you reckon he'll bring Diaz into the front today?
I do have it. I did put my early, maybe way too early prediction in there, but I did put my prediction in there as to what they'll go with. I think that I could see us going with a starting lineup in at least for against Madrid, against the Carlos Ancelotti, who is certainly not going to. It's going to have to figure out what he wants to do against this team. It's not like he can say that age-old clip of him saying we're predictable, and we're I think anything but predictable lately. So yeah, I would like to see what we put together, but I could honestly see us going with a front lineup of Cody, Lucho, Salah for Madrid, and then once we host City, start with Lucho, Nunez, and then Salah on the right. Obviously, the one consistent being Salah as a starter on the right. Darwin did score against Madrid last time. He did. He plays well against them. I will give you that. Coming on maybe in the 65th minute or something like that. After I think the doctor sleep moniker that Brian has given this coach is exactly a factor in how we beat teams, and that we will wear you down. And once we get to that point, we'll be able to just surely use our clinicalness and our pure ability for moments. That's what is that symbol? I can't see. Let's get our something. Our brooms. Is that a broom out? Is that what that is? For pops?
That's a
I
guitar.
don't know what that. I can't. What is that? A guitar. Oh, a guitar
It's
out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Pops was saying even in their stream, some people were rating Mo at a 0.
Some people
What
are
the
saying
hell?
Mo sellout today was a 0.
Yeah. In the
That is
in the Pops
wild.
stream. Yeah.
I don't. There must be rival fans.
They're
Pops,
troll.
what you need to do is-
Those are Reds in disguise, by the way. They are not Reds.
Yeah.
They're rivals in
Pops,
disguise.
you know what to do, Pops. Hover on the name, click block, done.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Definitely screenshot it so we know to take their comments with a grain of salt when we see them, because that is beyond silly. Absolutely was involved today. Was a little bit
Okay, not at the end of the game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just make sure that.
Or you don't think he was involved at the end of the game?
Laszlo, he was a 0 for some in our stream. Is what. Pops.
I will say this. I know you need a little bit like what is it, the crime dog McGruff type thing?
During the stream. So some people were rating him at a 0 during the stream. Because guess what? He didn't just score 2 goals, because everybody that's any good, they'll always have a hat trick by like 20 minutes. Because they're good players, they'll always scored like, oh yeah. Oh, if you're any good, he would have scored like 4 by now. You know.
I want to say, hey, Pops, what I'd like
almighty.
to know, we were trying to. I was having a tough enough time trying to get the stream to stop buffering, so I wasn't able to do the watch along on your channel. But how was, I think what I will watch, and I will watch it on replay. I would like to know what Team Capri Sun, one of my Team Capri Suns was saying, and also her dad, what he was saying when Dom scored. I'd like to hear what Miss Dakota and maybe even Revanite, and I'd like to hear what Barnes is saying when they saw Dom score the goal early today.
That's 1 for 12. Where's the shades, 12? Where's the shades?
You know it had to go. You know it's coming out for them. Oh, they're my brethren. That's why, it's all love. Shameless. What she's saying, that's my Dominic. That's my Dominic.
Well, I think Montana C. is a better YouTuber. This Dakota B. You want to get some Montana C in your life. That's what you want.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah,
the bias is real. The bias is real.
I think you know what is crazy about
It'll
too.
never
I think
stop.
that the Euro game, not the Euro game, excuse me, the international game for Dom was good for him this weekend, despite the fact that he had a very difficult matchup when he was against Netherlands, when he saw his former teammate and also his countrymen go have that little bit of the scare. I know they said that he was okay, and then but he also scored a Panenka goal from a spot kick that gave him probably a little bit of confidence, and then an absolute gift, by the way, that he got.
Oh, that pass! Oh, Jesus, that guy is replaying that right now in his head.
Yeah.
If Flynn Downs,
absolute
wasn't it? If Flynn Downs is a guy that's like a mid.
Yeah,
Flynn. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
he
Flynn.
didn't even look. And he played a ball blind across his own penalty area.
Well, I tell you, mate, that's all tactics. That's all tactics by the PE teacher.
Oh yeah,
the PE teacher done that. Don't worry, mate. He's the PE teacher. I tell you, mate. But we made him look world class. He made him look world class. That was all tactics of the PE teacher. I tell you. Told you, mate. He's going to be joining his mates soon on the P45. The PE teacher.
With his page 3.
You know, it is wild too, though, that
Like you
they
said
didn't,
earlier.
even if they didn't see enough, even if VAR didn't necessarily see enough, or didn't want to say,
I've never
either,
heard that explanation before.
I don't
Sorry,
understand
have you
why they
ever
didn't
heard that
say, "Hey,
explanation?
referee, why not you go if you want to take a look at this?" Because obviously it's close enough that we're looking at it, you know,
Yeah.
from the that we're looking at it. If you want to take a look at this and maybe, you know, second guess yourself, or maybe take another angle from it, then why don't you make the call rather than allow for it to just stand and not give them
Yeah.
closer look at it? That was kind of weird. Watching the replays, the highlights in the background here as we speak, of the Robbo foul, of the Dominic Szoboszlai goal. There was also some touchy spots. Another the save from Kelleher was a really good save. Just unfortunate the bounce went the way it did.
Yeah.
I did like that he got back up and tried to make himself big in front of him. It just so happens that it went underneath his legs before he really got out in front of him.
Yeah, I didn't like the commentator criticizing him for not getting it wide. I mean,
no.
Okay.
Wait. What was the one that you? Oh, what was the one? Oh, I didn't like the commentating on this side, at least of the pitch, when they were giving him credit for.
That guy, yeah. The guy that like pretended to get hit in the face.
What was the call? Yeah. When it was like when he tried to pretend as though he got hit. When he tried to pretend as though I was like, come on, man! You're giving him credit for that. That's lame.
Yeah, he was like, that's a really. He's like, I suppose if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, but that's a really clever way of conning a referee the way he's done that. I don't know, fair play to him. I said, what are you talking about, dude? What do you actually? I've never heard a co-commentator compliment somebody for the way that they've conned a referee. Is like, well, I suppose you shouldn't really con a referee, but if you are going to con a referee,
if you are going to do it,
that was a very good way of doing it.
That was a good, that was a good way of doing it.
So what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
What the shit, like? Okay. Oh man, I don't know. Jesus. What? Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah. It was an interesting track back too, by the way. I'm watching this. I'm watching the third goal actually that was scored, the Southampton second, and I think it was more of like I think we were just overcommitted. The ball went wide, and then we tried to you had Ibu tracking back, you had Bradley tracking back, you had Robbo tracking back. I thought that was wild. But they kind of got to the point, and then both Bradley and Ibu went too far because they weren't marking anyone. They went too far, and then that allowed for them to be able to cut back, and it opened up. So
yeah, if we'd had stiffer opposition today, we could have come.
Oh, by the way,
but
exactly.
Back to Southampton, but it was a good fixture for us, to come back to.
Can I say this too? By the way, say what you want about the fact that I get that we're down 2-1. Absolutely, a great ball from Grava into Mo, and then a beautiful touch by Mo to get not only underneath the ball before the goalkeeper could get out properly, but to put the touch on it
first time,
ease it by first. That was beautiful.
That was nice. Yeah.
The first when I was watching that, right? I was watching I was on the laptop with you, but I had on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the ball go over. I saw it land, and then it was in the back of the net. I was like, hang on, I actually didn't see what had happened. I saw the pass because it was on a little screen kind of thing. I was like, what happened there? I didn't understand what. I thought there was some kind of a mess up or something, like a deflection. It was like, no, I dropped it on. So, you can't if somebody does something first time, and you were expecting them to take another touch, you're done. That's it. He just says, no, first time this, man. It's probably one of his better goals, by the way. I think Like that's one of the better goals he scored.
I like
I know.
his cross with the outside of his foot for Robbo. Robbo put in. Did you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
The first
Wait,
half.
wait.
Cross
What
the
is
outside.
going on? Pops, I'm going to ask you this. As a doctor, I think that you have to ask some of the people that join your watch-alongs to come in for evaluation for their eyes. They might need an eye check. For someone to have said it was a bad first touch from Mo is absolutely crazy. What the? That's wild. That is wild.
Who
I don't know if
said
you
that?
guys saw
Roy
that, but yeah,
Deeney.
Pops is saying that he had someone who said it was a
Wow.
bad first touch from Mo.
Wow.
That is wild.
Yeah, you have to remember when you're watching Mo that he isn't a world-class player. What you see is a lie. What you see with your own eyes, that's a lie.
Yeah, that is wild.
He's just a one-season wonder that's kept it going. That's all. All he is.
Yeah.
It is a weird one, the way that's cropped up this season, because City are doing so well. It's now, is Mo Salah world class? Like, what else are you going to throw at us? Like?
Yeah.
And United are part of Super Sunday, as I said. That made me laugh that United were considered as part of Super Sunday.
Super Sunday. There you go. United is now at halftime with a 1-1 draw, going into halftime with Ipswich.
Ipswich gave us a real good game, so I'm not surprised that they could cause difficulties for a Manchester United team like that. They're a lot further along their way of playing, and they're not that far off United, I don't think, in terms of how they're able to get things together as a team.
Yeah, it took us a while to get the measure of them, didn't it, on the opening day?
Liam Delap is going to probably be at a very big club in a few years.
He's a quality player.
20 million. He's from Man City. Yeah, he was a good Man City. Were like, this guy is too good. We don't want to get rid of him. They're like 20 million. They're like, oh, okay. Guarantee they will buy back on him. Yeah, this boy is the real deal. As much as you can be the real deal at that stage.
Yeah, he's a good player. Very good.
Yeah, Omari Hutchinson, very, very good player. They have a couple other lads there,
Yes, your guy, Bry, Jacob Greaves.
Yeah, there's some real quality in that team. He's a good manager. Like, let them do their thing. You just like a team like that to be allowed to grow for 2 or 3 years. Leave the manager there. Let them stay up this year. Let them get 17th and then 11th or something, and then those boys move on. But give them time, because then when they do, but if they do well this year and then bang, 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 they all get sold and Hutchinson goes to Tottenham, Delap goes. So, you got to get it right. Like, they made the right move by going that way. Get it right by, not going back too early the other way. But Liam Delap, his dad is Rory Delap. Played for Stoke, played for Ireland. He's a footballer in the race, so he knows all the,
what would you call it, the pitfalls. Rory Delap.
Yeah, he was famous for his long throw. Yeah, he was famous for his long throw. Yeah, so he knows all the pitfalls. He knows, the bullshit around football. So hopefully he'll be steering it, and that was a good move. He was probably saying to him, "Look, leave City. You're not going to get in that team. They made you a now £20 million player to go. Now is your time. Move. Go and do that, because you just get lost at a club like City. They'll keep you all, keep sending you out places. But
yeah, wondering if we might see Chouameni when Madrid comes to town. Is he fit? Not injured or nothing like that? I'd like to see him actually on the pitch. Still very interested in us buying him. Like,
that would be an interesting show. It would be.
Link up with Ibu.
Red Armchair, you got an interesting one in the chat. I saw there. Pedro and Cunha. I say Cunha for Wolves. He's a very good technical player. Yeah, I'll put Cunha ahead of Pedro for me. I'll take Cunha. Scored a brilliant goal yesterday.
Yeah, they were lovely yesterday as goals, weren't they, Cunha?
Yeah. He's more technical. He's a better technical player than Pedro. Pedro has more pace about him, directness, but in terms of technical quality, Cunha's better.
Yeah, Solanke had a good big game for obviously Spurs.
Yeah, played it. Yeah, he done well. To be fair, he's after a slow start, 12th. He's slowly getting into his stride at Spurs. But again,
Yes.
he's with an experienced manager and a team that's growing. So it's the right fit for him. To be fair.
Yeah. No, I was glad for them to get his Spurs move. Once a red, always a red. Play for us in the Champions League final. You know what I mean? Glad for him to get his career, like, you know, bit elevated from Bournemouth, like.
Yeah.
So at least we took advantage of that result yesterday. We never dropped points today, so that was a good thing.
No, that's true. It's true, JK. Regardless of what we would think of it, divided opinions on it. Yeah.
We didn't play
that was
good, but at the end of the day, we got the job done. So that's all I'm looking at.
Yeah, they're the most satisfying wins sometimes, aren't they? When you play crappy, like, and you're off it, and you still manage to get the points, like.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone wants a great performance, but at the end of the day, we got the win, didn't we?
No, of course. But again, like for me personally, different to all of your opinions, I'm very cautious because, like I said, for me, I have a different view of it. People might disagree, and we've been in this position. I remember 2018, 2019, with a game in hand, we were 10 points ahead of City. We still lost the title. For me, we bottled it. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be blunt. 21-22, again, we had the chance again. The drop game against Spurs, and again, obviously, what happened. We didn't take it. European Cup final, Madrid. Again, all the chances we bought it. We should have won, and we didn't. So, although we've won, again, Madrid City are two different games, and like I said, and we all sensible enough to hear we play like that. We're having a different conversation next Sunday. So. Again, so I'm very cautious. Like I said, I'm not going to count my hatch because I've seen this happen before many times. So if we get to next week and we do this again, then we'll be having a different conversation. But all I need this team is to buck up the ideas and don't play like that again, please. Against Madrid and City, that's all it is.
Again, I just think it's a matter of a lot of the parameters or variables were, I'm going to say, I guess, were somewhat favorable for this type of messy type game, whether it was the rain, whether it was the wind, whether it was like the fact that players are coming off of international break. A lot of these little factors were a little bit just enough to, like, you know, turn the notch a little bit left or a little bit right, where it just wasn't lining up for us completely in the first half. Much less like even so much for them too, you know, as in they didn't have players necessarily out like they didn't have all those circumstances for the international play for Southampton, but and they're not playing in any of the competition, so they had plenty of time to definitely prepare for this matchup. But yeah, I think that we're back. We're going to get a chance to dial it in a little bit tighter. And again, I mean, there are some chances in this game. Lucho's header, by the way, I'm watching.
Oh, great save! Great save!
Great save!
Great save!
An absolute
really
great
good.
save.
Yeah.
You know,
no, fair play to him. Fair play to him. You have to say that twist. He's nearly 40.
He
that guy.
Definitely got up.
That's Alex McCarthy. He's nearly 40. That guy, like, he's probably But
you're talking about third string goalkeeper playing out of his head. There's also then the very next corner that we got from that great save off of Lucho's the header. We have a ball go in, and Grava, unfortunately, I was hoping we were going to be able to say gravy.
God,
but,
yeah.
I'm not holding anything against him.
No, but as a gravy sitter.
But he had a chance that he was pretty much like sitting next to the goal and ended up just going unfortunately over top of the bar for him. It just got underneath him, and he wasn't able to just kind of like guide it home. But that could have been a goal too. And then all of a sudden, if that happens, we're talking like, because the goalkeeper came out for the punch, he missed it, then it deflected again messily, or very sloppily out there. Ibu takes a swipe at it, it comes back. Then it's like Southampton player on the ground, Grab is sitting there, he kicks it, and unfortunately, rather than kind of side foot it in, he kicks it with the top of his laces, and the ball goes over the bar. That difference could have made it at the 67th minute or 68th minute. That's 4-2. We're having completely different conversation right now.
Yeah, no shade. He's okay. He's on the ground. It's a little bit different. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not. And that's not.
Took it home.
I'm not saying it's it's just unfortunate. It's unlucky. That's all.
We walked it home. No, we walked it home. It
Yeah.
was okay. It was you want that 4. Yeah. Oh God, you want that 4. 2 right. You want that 4.
Yeah, I thought right after that again, the momentum turned right there. Like after that Mo Salah goal, the momentum completely turned on its head. Because then McAllister had a great opportunity from outside the box. That the ball maybe not on a day that's so blustery with the winds, but that ball had an opportunity of going in too. It just kind of sailed on him a little bit at the end. So we had our chances, man. I think we had our chances. It's just a matter of like, dial it in a little bit. Just dial it in just a little bit. Just a little bit.
What are we now? A third of the way through the season, just about, aren't we? Just season, like 2/3 of the season left. It's probably the injury scenario that frightens me the most, more than City coming back and being brilliant. I'm just worried that a few injuries to players that we haven't really got alternatives to would really harm our prospects of winning the league. The permutations that are available to slot at the moment look okay. He's got to go with it. You put a few injuries into that, like to key players, and our results would drop off. So I think we do need to strike while the iron's hot in January and add a couple of bodies just to make sure we get over the line.
Yeah. Also, that handball honestly could have been called. It could have been a penalty called on a penalty for us via Darwin as well. Darwin was being held and got literally pushed down. He was getting held, and then Southampton player just pushed. Darwin tried to make a stabbing kick at it, but really couldn't get a leg on it. That's initially what he was asking. Initially, what he was asking for is that penalty, because like
wasn't a game for Darwin today.
What?
Got no joy. Nobody got any joy up there.
No,
they didn't take the chances.
Bits and pieces.
I think I can show this still. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll just show a still of it. I don't think I'll get in trouble for that.
Back to someone in the chat, Pops. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, Pops, about history. Look forward, I get it, but I'm just being honest. I'm just saying potentially what's happened in the past. That's all it is. So I'm just not getting carried away, regardless of what happens in the next week. That's all it is. So I'm just very mindful.
By the way, this player here, where he's getting, you can see Southampton player has no idea where the ball is. He's just literally. He's already holding on to Darwin because he doesn't want to let him get by him. He's pushing him over. Darwin's trying to make an attempt at the ball. It didn't end up mattering because this ended up being a handball anyway. On let's see if I can get it. Wait, I got you. This is funny. The sheer fact that he was like, that ball is not getting by me. That ball is definitely not getting by me.
Well, KJ did say you make an impact.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did.
Yeah. I mean, it was just his sheer. I mean, we all have had these like Japanese people being like really, polite and honest and whatever. What's the word? Honorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ref going, what, me? I didn't
Yeah.
eat. I didn't eat what that ball. Me, I was nowhere near that ball. He said, "No, you literally touched it. Look, come on." I mean,
Yeah, he played this
that was
risk too.
so
He
fucking
did,
funny,
Bobs.
right?
That was
That was, yeah, it
funny.
was
I
the
was
little
like,
flick at the end was the best bit. The little flick at the end was the best bit because
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
watching it roll down his arm. It's like, okay, it's a little bit whatever, but then he does the little flick with the wrist thing. You're like, oh fuck off! No, seriously,
yeah,
Yeah, when
yeah,
you
you're
watch
not
the
getting away with
replay,
that. You're
like you
not
could
getting away with
feel
that.
slightly sorry for him that the flight of the ball
Yeah.
deceived him, like, but he
Because he looks at the goalkeeper, Lee, and he's like, there you go. He's like trying to do a little sneaky hand pass towards the
yeah.
goalkeeper. You're not getting
Yeah.
away with that. Ain't
Not
not
getting
gonna
like
happen.
that.
No.
That's just not happening.
I mean, I admire the, I don't know, whatever of it, but yeah. But the whole, like, what, me?
And
thing was so
I think
funny.
that,
That was so funny.
yeah, I think at also at that point when Salah wanted to take the spot kick, I think that even he did not care at that point. He was just going to hit the ball so hard that it was going to try to rip out the back of the net because he absolutely just picked the spot and blasted it into the corner. There was no stopping that. I mean, the goalkeeper picked the right side, by the way.
Yeah, putting it up, high up. Yeah.
I think even if he makes contact with that, I think he's going back with the ball.
That or like that, but just about keeps it up and it's a tapping.
You know, he would have looked like a Hawaiian punch guy, like, oh yeah, right through the brick wall.
Right there.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been no good.
Well, today's result and match, it does seem to be already one of those games that you might look back on in the title winning season and go, that was a big result.
Oh, you guys are saying that you and Brian put the atmosphere. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's what we say.
I'm finding out I've missed a whole career opportunity for myself over here with Trap Joe. Apparently,
Trap Joe's giving you compliments. I mean, would it be blind the Irishman bedtime stories? Would it?
Yeah. Well, now I'm like I did always make
maybe
work as a telesales person where you rang people up, tried to sell people. It did always go quite well for me, by the way. And so maybe there's something in the old, whatever. Yeah, let's make some money. Trap. You're right.
I've been listening to horror stories and bedtime stories of a night on my phone lately.
Oh, those weird. What's an ASMR? They call it ASMR. Have you heard that? That's weird. It's people
these M.R. James ones.
Oh,
like,
it's weird. I don't like that.
I've seen the telly one of it. I've seen a production of it on telly. It's a dead creepy story, like. But I don't know what made me do that. Like, I thought some ghost stories, like I'm going to sleep, see what I get out of it. And I had to load of shit.
I swear, everyone was literally. I'm watching these again. I'm watching the highlights in the background. This is the one where. I think Archer tried to get a call on Konate, kind of just slowed up, and then as soon as he felt any contact, just crumbled to the ground as if he was getting.
See that one coming, couldn't you? You could see that. I love what he done there.
Yeah,
team,
but they were, but a lot of for Konate, that's become a recurring theme. As soon as someone gets very close to Ibu, they all of a sudden. Ibu smash, like he just like does the whole thing.
I'd love to know what he was thinking with the first one though for the yellow, because that was like, I know if I do this, I will get yellow carded.
Yeah, he blatantly pushed.
I'd love to know what the thought process was on that one, because it was nil.
I don't understand. He was shoulder to shoulder with them. He could have just tried to like
run it
extend the extend and try to push off.
He went from 0 to 10 immediately and just went, no, I'm just shoving you off the pitch.
Right.
Okay. What to expect for the ref is like 2 yards away. Very strange. I think he was trying to, maybe that guy got in his ear, we don't hear that's the one thing we never know. We don't actually hear what these boys say to each other on the pitch. Some of these lads are vicious. Some of the shit they say to each other on the pitch, like, they call it sledging in cricket. they call it whatever. It exists in every sport. Like you're walking
Mhm.
past somebody going, "You're shit, man." Like, hang on, what? You know, it's that psychological stuff. So that's
Mhm.
sometimes when I see a guy who apparently for no reason has just reacted against somebody, it's like he must have been getting in his ear. He must have been making some nasty comments or something, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't like to see our players lose their rag very early like that. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little scary. Certainly, again, I thought that Mo had an opportunity, obviously, to even, put his hand up and said, "Hey, that was my bad." The one that he cut in, he had a nice little opening for the goal, but he ended up going a little high for it. And then Salah, with the help of defense, start the break. And then again, I was hoping that was the one where he helped initiate the break. And then that was the one where he hits the post. Another one I thought might, be fortunate to go in for his hat trick. You could tell he really wanted it. It's his 10th goal in the league. His 10th goal in the league, people. That is pretty for a right winger to be on 10 goals at this point of the season. We're not even into December yet. He's on 10 goals. Absolutely. Pretty impressive from our Egyptian king. Certainly. So he wanted it bad, though. He definitely wanted it bad. That was the other one, the Stevens header. That really wasn't super issue. And that was that, man. That was that. 3-2 victory for us at St. Mary's, right? At St. Mysteria. I mean, geez.
Yeah. Someone is asking a question there.
Winger is crazy. It is, absolutely.
Mo's GA for winger trap. Mo's GA.
Mm-hmm.
You can just end it there.
Yeah, you just
not even for a winger. I mean, just his GA is ridiculous.
They're all insane. The level.
Not even for a winger. For a striker, it's off the charts.
Yeah, I think it only belongs to a world-class player. Put it that way.
Like he's looking at. We're sitting there. We're throwing up. Like, I mean, how many times do you need something like 12 man, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this for a long time now, right? What, a year and a half, right?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when is who was the last time? When is the last time we, in reference to a Liverpool player, brought up the all-time Premier League scoring charts? It's only for Mo, and it's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. That's something we never like. We don't talk about that shit. Only with this one guy. And we're talking about now this year going, could he get to Henry? Because he could get to Henry this year. He's going to beat Felder. He beat Felder. Can he get to Henry? We're already looking at where can he get. There's no other player in our team that we've been in the last 10 years we're talking about on YouTube that we could be talking about breaking these records.
Yeah.
And he's still here right now today getting 2. Could have had a hat trick.
Henry's got what? Does he have 2 or does he have 3 Premier League?
2.
He's got 2, right?
2. Yeah.
Titles or golden boots?
Just as my titles. Yeah, 2 titles.
I think he's won 2. Yeah, they won 4, didn't they? He won before he came.
3. He won 3 of. I think since the Premier League 3.
He's got 3.
3 altogether. Yeah. No, he's got 2, but Arsenal won 3 Premier League titles.
Yeah, the setup was
that's what I thought. Okay.
In the way Arsenal was set up. Like he was playing on the wing for Juventus before Arsenal bought him. Henry was playing on the left wing for Juventus before.
Yeah, left wing back if he even was playing.
Yeah, he played a decent amount of games, what I remember. And then
10
obviously
million Henry. When you look back now, 10 million for Thierry Henry.
bargain. And he went to Barcelona, to be honest, for like a decent price, to be fair. But then again, he was just on the other side a little bit. He was still good, but obviously
At times, Trezeguet was more the star name as a French forward,
Mhm.
and Henry was the secondary player. Like, and then like Henry come to Arsenal, it's changed. But remember the partnership with Wiltord as well. Partnership with Wiltord was good. But Mo's never had that, has
Yeah.
he? He's on his own and he's doing his thing from out
Well, you
wide.
see, what you had, the one thing I will say is it kind of goes, I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but you got one of the best, probably the best left-hand side of all time in the Premier League. Ashley Cole, Robert Pires, Henry just ahead of them, moving out to the left on left. That's Cole, Pires, and Henry in their pomp. They were ridiculous.
Cole,
Absolutely
yes.
ridiculous.
How many times?
Perez was the one that knitted it all together, wasn't he? Like,
Henry, though, yeah. If you could, everybody, like, of all those people, yeah, I'm a Bergkamp guy, but if you could have given me Henry, Jesus, what a player! What a player!
Oh yeah, unstoppable when he was, yeah. He obviously we felt his pain,
Yeah.
we felt the wrath of him. Yeah, unfortunately,
he's always
especially
nice.
Carragher on his backside.
Yeah, he always said he liked Liverpool and like playing
Mm.
around. No, he's always nice like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like our stadium's iconic, so most opposition players like it, you know.
Oh, Henry's he's one of those students of the game, as it were. He's like this. That's an iconic club. Don't give a shit if I don't play for them. I'm not going to sit here and go. You know. Yeah. He's a proper guy. You know.
Yeah. It was
I mean,
that exciting that team with Petit, Vieira, Perez, Henry, Bergkamp. I mean, that's taking the piss before you had any more players.
It kind of is, Lee, to be honest with you. Any team with
Oh.
Bergkamp and Henry in it is already a bit overpowered, as the kids would say.
Vieira, that was
Over leveled, as it were.
too much. That wasn't it? Like that was just
Yeah.
stepped in and snapped him up, didn't he? Petit, but Petit and Vieira was just insane as a central.
Yeah, Fiero Gilberto as well, very good. But unfortunately, they didn't reach the peak of the past because they should have won the European Cup with that team.
True.
Yeah.
No, they're one mistake away from it. Jens Lehmann gets his ass sent off in the fucking Champions League final. Jens Lehmann, they get there. They're playing Barcelona. They go 1-0 up, I think.
Yeah.
And
then
Barcelona bring it back, and then Belletti gets the winner. Lehmann got himself sent off.
But
the
before
one and
that,
only
Brian,
fucking Champions League final they've ever been in, I think.
That's true.
He's the villain of the piece, and he
he is and he isn't, because I think Henri is, because he missed 2-3 sitters, which really 9 times out of 10 he'd be burying them that, and 2-0 the game would have been done. They would have just done a low block.
True. Okay.
Yeah. So I was more Henri than maybe Slayman he is, but if he finishes them chances, it's not clear chances Arsenal will winning the European Cup. But he didn't, and
no,
I'm not
they had
complaining.
to bring on Larson. No, not they. They had to bring on Henrik Larsson.
Yeah.
They had to bring on, like, it was 1-1. They couldn't break him down. I was probably going to go to it. They had to bring Henrik Larsson on. They had to bring someone else on. And then there's a move. Larsson's involved in it. Belletti gets involved down the right hand side. A very Brazil kind of 82 goal, and bang, it's in the bottom corner.
What season was that when they lost the final to Barca? What season was it?
That's 08, I think. It's 08.
06.
06.
Yeah.
They should have won it in one of them seasons, shouldn't they? Around that time, they should have won one of them. Sure.
Well, especially since they were kind of making a virtue of the fact that they always qualified for it. That was their whole thing. It was, oh, well, yeah, but if nothing else, we always get into the Champions League. It's like, yeah, but you get there, but you do nothing. Like, we get there once in 5 years, and guess what? We win the fucking thing. That's how you do European football.
I remember their fans whinging when we were in the final twice in 3 seasons. 2005 and 2007. Then we beat them that time at Anfield and knocked them out in 2008. But we didn't go on to win it. But I see one of their fans moaning, going, "Do Liverpool have to be in every single Champions League final?"
Yeah. Is the answer to that. The answer to that is
feel his pain, though. You know what I mean? It did make me laugh.
Yeah.
Liverpool have to be in every single Champions League final.
Yeah, it's called DNA. It's called heritage. It's just called fucking what it is.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah,
we bought it. Yeah, they bottled it in when was it? 2004. They bottled it because, again, like Hollywood Rock. Yeah, and you're right. Hollywood Rock. 2004. They should have won it. They had Chelsea. I think it was the quarters or semis. I can't remember. And then Wayne Bridge scored the winner. And and then it was a Monaco Portal final. So that was their year. And they just, unfortunately, apart from 06, of course, but
it's mentality rock.
Yeah.
Rock is saying Arsenal were the best team
I feel
in the world.
A little bit in that final against Barcelona, didn't they?
Yeah, but the thing is, winning the Champions League has never been about being the best team.
Exactly.
It's never been about that. It's just a team that can get their heads down.
The way we did Milan, the way we did, I mean, that just shows, doesn't it? Like, you know, you can just
but Lee, it feeds off it. This is what I've said from day. Like, basically, right, Saint Etienne, right? Everyone wants to take it back to like that's our first ever. Like, wow, what a comeback, right? Liverpool versus Saint Etienne. We were out, and then we were back in, right? So we came back in. It was like, wow, Liverpool, amazing comeback. So from that, you get Roma, so you can get a team that can look back and go, hey, look, we did it against Saint Etienne. Okay, I'm not saying it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but then from that you get Istanbul. From Istanbul, you get Barcelona. You get corner taken quickly. It's just all these things. It's like we can look and go, we've done this before. It's happened before. We've done it. Arsenal don't have that bank of things to draw on. We've always had these huge comeback victories. That the first one has to come. Maybe Arsenal will get one. But we can get a manager and walk into a dressing room and point at the board and go, Istanbul, Saint Etienne, Barcelona, Paris, all these things. You know, it's just they become part of your DNA. Yeah. They just become part, and Tottenham can't look at that. Arsenal can't look at that.
It's like when they can't walk in and play the Munich earlier in the season. It brought back memories of Aston Villa beating Bayern Munich in the final. They do actually have history, you know what I mean? And you know, it did evoke memories of them winning it. I think it must need Arsenal fans that Chelsea have managed to win it twice now. They're the only European Cups in London, like, and I think Chelsea fans probably do go on about it a lot, like, and fair play if they want to do that. But yeah, it must be really bad for Arsenal fans, like, to know how good that side was. Yeah, but that's gone now, isn't it? That's a different era, isn't it? I see them winning it under Arteta. I don't think he'd be able to win it, but he'd have to have a coach.
Well, it's know-how.
I only
it's
asked,
European
I asked
know-how.
that question how many times. Okay, finish.
No, that's what I was saying. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I brought up the question about Henry earlier because I know that this is, again, Henry's an incredible player, one of the Premier League greats. I'm not saying that he is, not to be in the conversation. I just think that Mo Salah needs to be in a conversation with the greats as well when it comes to some of the accolades and records. Yeah. I was just taking a look at it because I know, like, I was hearing. Oh wait, let me just land this real quick. I was hearing the argument being put out there about, the golden boots that he's won, the fact that they've won the Premier League again twice with Henry, being Arsenal has. He was a part of that Invincibles team, so that's probably a lot of why people put a little bit extra emphasis on his greatness as well. But if you look at the sheer records that Mo Salah holds are absolutely wild. Like, he's the first and only player to outscore 3 Premier League teams in a Premier League season. Like, can you imagine that? That is crazy. That's crazy. He
Give
outscored
Carragher his
3
due. He
teams in that 2000. That was in the 2017, 2018 year. You know, that is so wild. First and only player to score on the opening day of 6 consecutive Premier League seasons. Some of the things that he's got as his accolades and accomplishments are just absolutely wild. And it just so happens that, yes, I get it that Henry is a fantastic player to have won. I think he won the Golden Boot three years in a row, right? I think he won it 3 years in a row, or was it 4? 3 or 4? I think it's 3. Because most of the last
Henry's doing it. Henry's in your all-time 11. If Henry isn't in your all-time Premier League 11, Henry on the left, Sal on the right. Next,
4 times he's won the Golden Boot. 4 times won the Golden
Next, Henry on the left, Sal on the right. Fill in the banks. Yeah, that's it. Both of them, man. Both of them.
Yeah.
No need.
Yeah, you have to. It has to be argued as being Salah is put into that conversation. And again, it's not saying that it's not a knock against Henry. It's not saying Henry's shit or excuse my language, but crap.
Of course,
you know,
one on either side, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just put some respect on our Egyptian king's name, people. Not you, not you in the chat. Definitely not you in the chat. Not you on the panel. Certainly not you on the panel. Everyone here is all singing the praises, but it is absolutely incredible what Salah has done in this second time around in the Premier League for him, you know, considering he was at Chelsea early, you know, in his career, and then refined his game in Italy, and then came back and started tearing it up. Absolutely.
His numbers have been insane, and to be honest, I'm not asked about the numbers. It's just watching the man has been a pleasure for the periods of time he's been here. Carragher said today, he said, we've had some really good players here over the years. Mm-hmm. This was one of the best players we've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it should be well noted that, like, when you go to the records list of Salah, you have to scroll. You have to scroll to see all of them. Just some of them, just by, like, I'm just looking at them now. I took a little. I was gonna make a list and try to, like, do like some comparisons of others that have notable records as well. But yeah,
I'm breaking new ones all the time. There'll be more this season.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. He has 3 Premier League Golden Boots. Henry has 4. Again, I just brought that up only because, like, we're playing an era when there's now once again another dominant striker that gets a handful of goals. We're talking about a winger, a right winger, and right inside forward, if you want to call him that. You know, competing with obviously the cyborg in the era when
you know the game we played the other night. You know, the Wordle thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was? Where was that? What was that called? What was? Do you know what that's called?
What the game is called, or what
Wordle? Yeah. I was just looking at it there for a second.
Football Wordle is what they called it. Football Wordle.
Yeah, but I can't find the one that you had. It looks because you could add in a name. This one,
yeah.
A name that makes, like, the right amount of letters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just had that one where you just put in a name and it just generated other names.
Oh yeah, and you had to try to. It was like 6 degrees. It's like, almost like ever play 6 Degrees of Bacon?
That one, yeah, because there's one there. It's like you could put in, like, a player's name, but if it's not 6 letters, it won't do it. Like, you have to put in, like, but the one you were doing, you just put in a player's name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll afterwards I'll pull it up. I don't have it.
Yeah,
I don't think I have it on my bookmarks, but I have it on my bookmarks, but not on my bookmark bar. I don't think. I'll find it for you. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. 2 PFA Player of the Year awards. That's tied with Henry. 3 Premier League Golden Boots. Premier League Player of the Season. Mo Salah is an absolute beast when it comes to it all.
If you could have like a striker in between, if someone said to you, right, you're playing with a 4-3-3, left forward is Henry, right forward is Salah. Who's your striker? Premier League era.
Say that question, and then I wanted to ask you. I was going to comment on Pops'.
So if someone says to you, right, you have a 4-3-3, right, and it's Premier League era only, right, and in the three at the top, right, you have Henry on the left, Mo Salah on the right, in your three. Who's your Premier League era only striker? Who's the guy in the middle?
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking.
Too many to choose from.
So you're playing a 4-3-3, Henry on the left.
And this is just on their
right.
individual. This isn't necessarily trying
No,
to
just
be trying to be like a manager and
whoever you want to
no,
who do you think is the top dog? You know, in that if you're gonna pick one guy in your
Kenny Dalglish. Kenny Dalglish with Mo on one side.
Premier League only, Lee.
Bobby, Anelka, maybe too. It's being said by Dustin.
I'd want it to be.
I mean, he doesn't have to play for Liverpool. I mean, he could be like Alan Shearer, or whatever you want to go.
Yeah, I know. I saw. I put up Pops. Pops had Fowler on there for him as his front three. Hollywood Rock said Salah, Henry, Rooney would be his front three. That's so crazy, man. That's all well and good, but what did it lead to? Pops, come on. You've got to, if people have that narrative or that agenda, then you got to push back against that. And what it led to was, performances that in any other year, minus City doing what they did, it would be Premier League titles. Quite possibly, we might be getting those Premier League titles handed to us in another way. But I get it. It did not necessarily lead to a Premier League title for us in a couple of those years and the seasons that he did so well in. But I mean, it's just very intriguing that Henry's accomplishments are lauded over and drooled over by Gooners, but yet, obviously,
they will. Gooners will drool.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a Torres, you could have a Rooney, you could have a Drogba, you could have a Shearer. I mean, Shearer's got the numbers, right? So I
want to.
No, I just don't want to chat as well.
I'm hesitating to say the name that comes to mind. I mean, like, look, he still has a long way and mirror to go. The sheer fact of how many goals he scored. It wasn't last year, but the year before that when he set the record.
Haaland.
I mean, Haaland is an absolute cyborg. Let's just be honest with you. He's an absolute cyborg.
I'm thinking if the forwards you can drop deep and play Henry and Salah in, Bergkamp would do a good job.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, if you want individual players, we can say 3 individual players as he's the best left wing, he's the best center forward, he's the best right wing. But to make all 3 components be optimal, that's a different story for me. That's all I'm just giving that that clarity. I think it's a different story. Like I Hamza. I don't know why, but I'm letting Hamza I'm getting so many of his comments in my head because they're just so wild and so poorly put. But according to him, Mane carried Salah when Mane was here. So I was just like, what are you talking?
They spurred each other on, didn't they, with their goals and their
I have these clips. Yeah. I will have them ready to rock and roll. I will get them ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, you could see there was a friendly rivalry between them, like to outperform each other, and it paid dividends for us.
Because I think that why I'm hesitant to say Haaland possibly, or maybe Rooney might be a shout. That might be a shout. Suarez might be a shout, because you might get the passing, and also you get the defensive mentality. I think the best center forward to go with Henry and possibly Salah, might be sound biased, but KJ's shout for Bobby, I think, would be the possible best solution for 2 dynamic inside forward / wingers for you to have.
He's the type of player I have in mind to accompany them to.
Yeah,
No. My question was, if I'd already taken up those 2 spots, who was the best number 9 left in the Premier League?
Mm-hmm.
So I would put Shearer in there just for the goals. But if you were trying to put someone else in there, that's be Bergkamp. Like, Bergkamp is the original Bobby.
Yeah, he was one with Salah.
But hey, look, that's by the by. That's by.
Yeah.
Fucking this dog, man. Seriously.
I just think, we all know what Bobby brings. No, but
I'm just
that is the city. That is the.
I was waiting for a number 9. I just wanted someone to tell me who was the best number 9, and forget that, not the post. I think, like, I just want to know who people are, because I was like watching that guy today, and we've seen a lot more long ball football this season from some of the teams. That's creeping back in. Long kicks from goalkeepers is creeping back in. And so I'm just interested to see. I think hopefully we might see a little bit more of, like, the Emil Heskys and people like that coming back into the game, because things will always change. And I think we've been knocking it long. Southampton knocked it long a couple of times today, and that's something that people have been talking about. You can't, like, the playing it short thing has kind of shrunk the game down. Now people are going the other way again. And I think the number 9, I think in about 4 or 5 years' time, I think we might see more of them back in the game. People think, the number 9 is dead. I think it's just fallen out of favor. I think it will come back, and I don't think it's that far off coming back.
Well, there's a few around, isn't there?
Yeah. But Papa's saying Robbie Fowler for him. Bergkamp was amazing, but didn't have that Brazilian samba and flair with it. That's how I
got to give it to Robbie. Give it to Robbie, man.
Give it to Robbie.
Oh, you got to give it to Robbie.
Yeah.
Gotta get the Scousers.
It doesn't matter. It's a matter of I think
Scousers in the team.
I think that Bobby would be possibly best. I know, again, this is just my bias. We all have our own preferences, so there is no wrong answer to this one. It's just your preference. I might even say personally, prime El Nino would possibly be my pick if I wasn't.
You see, that's what I wanted here. A number 9. I was like, who would be your number? Torres. Imagine left. Henry,
he'd be the one
Torres,
person that has the speed, the ability to dribble, create on his own. Absolute clinical, an absolute clinical player when it comes to shooting and scoring. When he has the opportunities, can create on his own. But obviously, if you have 2 players like a Henry, who got 20, one of the few players ever have 20 goals and 20 assists in a year, or you have Salah on the right, who's one of the few players that have I think 7, if not 8 years or something like that, of plus 10 goals, plus 10 assists. I think that's a stat.
I think Pops is correct there. I'd be interested to know what you think about that and what everybody else on that. Robbie doesn't get enough respect, in my opinion. I think is it because it's too long ago? Because I would agree.
This one with Robbie. Remember his 5-minute hat-trick against Arsenal.
He's called God. The guy is called God.
There's that
but
problem.
I get what Pops is saying.
He had a bit of injuries, and then the way we played didn't suit him after Evans. When it didn't suit Ulier's style as much, did it? Fowler's game, and he left, didn't he? That's what happened.
I'm not sure. I think that's for him. I'm trying to just double check on how many seasons he's done 10 plus goals, 10 plus assists. Trying to see if I had that stat out there. I get Robbie. I'm just I also think El Nino was one of the greatest as well in his prime. I think El Nino was like it could be unstoppable at points.
That'd be hard to defend, wouldn't it?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, absolute brilliant player. Absolute brilliant player.
We can make a show out of it. Make a show out of it because Paul's saying CV. Yeah, we'll make a show out of it, man. We can all come in with our best 11 Premier League era, best 11.
We could pick a
we'll
few
find time for
formations, pick like 3 teams each or something like with different formations. Like pick one with wingers, 4-4-2, pick a 4-3-3.
But the good ones are when you can only pick one player per team. Those are good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those ones are good. So it's
that
like,
way
who's
it's
your
not
Liverpool
a
player
team
going to be?
of it's not a team of all your favorite Reds. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Forced to be a little bit more honest. Yeah. I think Box.
Yeah.
I think
We'll make a
Box
show of
is
it. I'll put a note down there. Put a note down there.
The big prize, yeah.
Sutton and Shearer was a good partnership for Blackburn. It was all from crosses, wasn't it? It was all from Wilcox and Ripley's crosses. But they were deadly in the air, them two, Sutton and Shearer.
Sure, yeah. Well,
it could be because he didn't win the big prize. That could be a big reason why. That could be. That's what he's saying. At least when it comes to the Premier League. And people are looking at it from the sample size of just being the Premier League.
Ferdinand and Shearer
was
a good partnership, but it didn't work out as a partnership. Like they had too many similarities, like to be a good partnership in the end. Les Ferdinand and Alan Shearer. At the beginning, it was good, the partnership.
Pops, I'm going to ask you to hopefully you have time on we'll aim for the show to be on Monday. Hopefully you'll have time for Monday's show. Maybe we'll even do like a double dip and try to do like a review, do a ratings and review show, and then we'll also do maybe this whole they said what segment or maybe a they said what little spot, because I know you're saying Stevie G in the 10 then is what he's possibly asking. I'd like to definitely get this conversation and get these comments that I heard clarified and also certainly not justified justified for us in our beliefs, in that some of these players and some of these takes that people are doing are definitely misguided takes.
You could pick so many all-time teams from the Premier League. There are like so many permutations with how you line up as an attacking side, like, isn't there? So
I like how that's like the second time I've seen Anelka be mentioned in the chat. Anelka's getting a lot of love. Good, very
but he only ever signed for us on loan, you see, so we never actually bought him. So that would be but when he joined our team in January 2002, he came on loan in January 2002 and was within about 2 days clearly the best player on the pitch technically. He was his first touch, everything was like, what am I looking at here? He's unbelievable. And the story goes, you see, the story doesn't make sense if you do the timeline on it. The story is that Houllier didn't keep him because he had already decided he was going to sign El Hadj Diouf. But the other story is that Houllier decided to sign El Hadj Diouf after he had a great World Cup. But the deal was already in place for Diouf before he even had that World Cup. But the thing was like, it was between Diouf and Anelka. And you look back at it now, Anelka was problematic for a lot of clubs that he was at. Maybe he fell out with Houllier, but when I saw him, the first game I saw Anelka play for us, it was in January. I was like, Jesus, this is a player. Like, there's no one on our team that has a first touch like this guy.
Yeah.
It was like, we have to sign him. We had Lippmanen. Like, Lippmanen was as good as him, first touch wise and all that. But Anelka was just like different class. It was like, we need to get this guy in. We had Owen, we had Anelka, fucking Lippmanen. It's like, but no, we end up with Diouf.
When we played,
Anelka wanted to stay. Anelka wanted to stay.
Heskey on the left wing, that was good. That was really good when we used to do that.
Yeah, okay.
You'd have like Stevie on the right and McAllister and Haman in the middle. That was a strong team. That.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
technically Anelka's different class. Back then, 2000, that's 22 years ago now, you know. Yeah.
Once you pick El Nino, you have to wrap Stevie with him. El Nino was a fantastic player. Even with Stevie or without Stevie, he would have been a fantastic player. It just so happens that them together is like peanut butter and chocolate. Perfect together. You know? At least in my opinion, that's what would be the perfect combination. Yeah, I just think
El Nino or peanut butter and chocolate?
Both. The El Nino and Stevie G together are like peanut butter and chocolate. They're perfect together. Pops is saying that's what GH's fault. That was GH's fault. He went for EHD.
Houllier for Schiff, yeah.
That had my mind blown for a long time, and I knew that had to be personal. And also he's saying he was ready to sign him as soon as we were linked to him. Sturge with no injuries was class. We spoke on that quite a few times. Hollywood Rock, you're right about that. I agree completely. And then also, what was the last one? Imagine if Rafa got David Villa. Oh wow, that would have been who he wanted.
Yeah, we came close to that, didn't we?
Yeah, that would have been sweet. That would have been really, really sweet. Oh yeah, Peanut and Chocolates is so good. Absolutely.
There's so many points in the club's history where
Maybe that's I don't know if that's just an American thing, but Peanut and Chocolates, huge. At least here, it's very huge.
Well, I think it's just a Reese's thing, basically. Yeah. I think they've it's pretty much their thing, isn't it? Pretty much. Yeah, peanut butter and chocolate is, but that's your. Via. We were linked with all those boys when Rafa was here.
Yeah,
we were linked with all of them, and they go to other places. But
yeah, when you look back at the nearly transfers, it's heartbreaking sometimes. I always look back and think if we just spent that Andy Carroll money sensibly, because we already had Suarez,
Suarez, yeah,
that on the midfield and a centre half instead.
But then again, if we did and we got someone, would Kenny have stayed a bit longer?
Yeah.
I just wish he would have given Kenny a break in the first place and let him have 3 months off and then come back. Because when he was dead quick when he come back, it was a shock when he come back as Blackburn's manager so soon. But he did just need like a few months to himself, and he got that and come back. But
yeah, made history for them. Yeah. Fair play with Kenny.
Why he jibbed the job immediately after winning the league, though, because he then went on and had other jobs. That was a weird one. The way he won the league, Blackburn, and then just, all right, I quit. And then he comes back as Newcastle manager. That was a strange one.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you one that is the one.
PB&J. The PB&J is also good, by the way. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you one that got away, which we had him, but this one of Houlier's biggest mistakes was Anelka not signing him on a permanent transfer.
Yeah, he looked dead good in that team.
This might be the Anelka episode because Anelka's getting
El Hadj turned out to be crap, but Anelka looked so good when we had him as well. It seemed like
mate, the link up him, Heskey and Owen.
He was in a mood and that on the pitch, and he looked like he was enjoying himself.
He wanted to. Yeah, I remember. Have you watched his documentary? Yeah, you've seen it, Brian. Yeah, he said he's more than willing had to stay, but Houllier turned him down for whatever reason. And unfortunately, look what happened. We went in the mud.
Yeah. By the way, that game has gone final.
1-1.
Pops has just announced 1-1.
No, 12.
The boys ripping it up.
No, Brian. 12. Stop lying. No, stop lying. This is the great Man United. Don't forget Ruben Amorim. Remember the Portuguese savior. No, stop lying. They won. They won. Come on, stop lying.
Fake news.
They won.
Fake news. It's the Ram.
Oh, the Ram. Yeah. I mean, 3-4-3. I mean, come on. Let's new manager bounce. They're going places, right?
Oh, well, the only way is up or sideways, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I thought Anelka and Owen worked well together with Heskey on the left, Gerrard on the right, and McAllister and Hamar in the middle. That was a good side, that, when we
Yeah.
played it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but
Obviously,
Lee,
defense, didn't
he was in the same team as Yari Littman. Yari fucking Littman and Anelka in the same team. You
Yeah,
could have had that.
it's nice that way. That's a good partnership.
Two of the most techie players of all time. With Owen and oh Jesus, man.
Get me some
we
apple
got the
crumble and ice
spitty
cream
guy.
on that.
We got the spitty guy from fucking Senegal.
Ugh.
Who was
It
slagging
was-
off every week here at fucking Sunset. Yeah, thanks
It
for
was
that,
hard.
Davey.
Beat us to the title, not United, wasn't it? That season under Houlier's best shot at the title was 2001-2, wasn't it, against Arsenal?
Yeah. We finished second to we finished second in it to Arsenal. They're just a little bit ahead, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
honestly saying Nelka was good, but his attitude stunk, and that character. Jamie
Not
said
for us.
last season
He was good.
Torres at LFC, you could see Torres was not the same. Yeah, I mean that was also an era
for
when
both.
those kinds of knee injuries were pretty much.
Oh, he
either
was done when we sold him.
if not career changing injuries.
True.
Obviously, injury very similar to what we saw Virgil had, or even injuries similar to what we've seen Gomez have. But
that was a bad
those
injury.
players have all gotten back.
That was a really bad injury, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Don't know
But
if
he
he
was,
the same player after that.
yeah. But he was still getting goals for us, to be fair, just before he left in January, to be fair. And it just all went downhill. Went to Chelsea.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The guy gave some of his best years to Bolton. So his attitude was mad and crazy at certain clubs, yeah. But not at all of them. He's been everywhere and back. West
Yeah.
Brom, Fenerbahce, PSG, Real Madrid, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chelsea.
Went back
he's
to
been
PSG.
all over and back.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's been. But back then, I think he was looking for a home, and he thought he found one, and we would have given him a home. Us fans, we would have nurtured him as a player because like he's just too good. We keep a guy like him. You know, you shout his name, he would have been good. But yeah, there's some good shouts in the chat, man. There's some good shouts in the chat.
Chance.
He looked good in that away kit from the 2001-2002 season as well, Anelka.
Yeah.
He looked a biz in that.
Oh man, honestly, yeah, he was devastating, honestly. Still to this
But
day,
I didn't want to pull the obvious own goal bonkers, but the choice was literally, and even Houllier would say this. They made a choice between two players, Anelka and Juve. And if one person is going to win a bad attitude competition with Nicola Nesca, it's fucking Juve. His attitude is 1,000 times worse than Anelka's ever was.
Yeah.
Do you remember him scoring against Southampton on his debut? How hard?
Yeah.
On his debut, didn't he?
That was
he
as
scored
good as
twice
he's got.
on his debut.
Yeah, everyone was ranting and raving about it.
Yeah. I think he scored 2
3-0.
more or something, and then he went the following season without scoring a goal. Not one goal in the whole season.
Yeah. I mean, the most annoying thing is Houllier, as an experienced manager, he should know better by getting gassed over like a World Cup. Just a World Cup, he had a couple of good games. I mean,
that's
even
the
in
thing,
the
though,
season,
they come out and say it was done before that. That's the story I hear every time, that the Juve deal was done before, but it was the Salif Joe. Because remember, we bought Salif Joe as well.
Yeah.
It was the Salif Joe deal because we bought from him from Sion, and we brought in El Hadju from fucking Lons, I think it was. But they were saying that the Juve deal was already done before he went to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, we got.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if that's true or not. But that's the story that always comes out. Is he wasn't bought off the back of the World Cup.
No, I think he
signed
was
up before that. Yeah, but that's the story that always comes out there. Is that he wasn't?
Remember Giao's goal away to Leeds? That lovely goal Giao scored away to Leeds. I don't know if it was FA Cup or League. He scored a brilliant goal. Like it just, it didn't work out. I remember Houllier said he was going to be his Vieira. So he's
Oh Lord, Julia, yeah, he made
Yeah,
some
and Bruno
changes of some
Shearer was the
signings.
next Zidane.
Oh
Sorry,
Lord,
Jared.
oh
No, Jared.
right,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
some
I don't
fangers of
remember
signings.
saying that Bruno will be the next Zidane, but he said he reminds me of Zizou. Was the quote? He reminds me of Zizou when he was talking about Shearer. And yeah, he said I will be his Vieira. Well, Salif was still here for the Istanbul final, wasn't
I think he was. I just can't remember, to
Yeah,
be
he's on
honest.
the poster of them celebrating him, and it was
Oh, he probably didn't play.
Pottery, and one of the kids, I can't remember, one of the young lads is on it as well.
John Osamembo, something like that. Oh yeah, Warnock. Yeah, that's why he's gripe with Benitez, because he played well and he didn't get in his squad. He's always had a gripe against Rafa for
He
that.
was
Old Stephen Warnock.
Warnock at the end of the day. He
Yeah, what a twat.
wasn't
What
a
a twat.
Yes, Anthony Letalic. That's a good one, Hollywood. Yes, another one. He was
Yeah,
highly rated.
They all had their moments, didn't they?
They joined as a pair.
Pongo was the best out of a bad bunch. At least he done something for us, at least at certain games.
That
Well,
assist.
this is the thing I used to talk about, man. You buy these kids, and so he's going. We don't need to buy an established player because we bought these kids who are going to be the next big thing in 2 years, 3 years. Almost never happens. That's what we were doing back then. Oh, we bought Pongo and Letalic. In the next 2 years, they're going to be Henri and whoever. Nah, man.
I remember Luis Garcia's first goal against
never.
West Brom, and then we got loads more. Garcia scored some beautiful goals, didn't he, Luis?
David Ngo. Yeah, we bought him because off PSG. In 4 years, 5 years time, he's going to be the next this. He's going to be the next
scored against United and Arsenal, David Ngo.
He scored a couple of goals and that's it. He's fucking David Ngo,
He's a free signing, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Did his bit,
got him from PSG anyway. But yeah, that was that era of always trying to buy, because the established players wouldn't come to us because we weren't in the top echelon. So you're always trying to buy the next, the Quates, Letalic, and all of that. In a few years' time they're going to be this, they're going to be that. Yeah, that can happen, but right now is when you're going to be winning leagues, so you go out and get the other guys. But
the one that we bought that I thought was going to be good, and I don't know why I thought it, was at centre back Thiago Ilori in about 11, 12, the Portuguese centre half, and he come with a big
had a good career.
Really big
He's had a good career.
Yeah.
He's played for big clubs. He's played for Porto and Sporting. He's actually proved to be
Luis Alberto went on to play Bosch.
Yeah, brilliant. He's been brilliant too for Lazio. He's been brilliant, Luis. Last 6-7 years, been brilliant in Serie A. These are good players.
Yeah, you could see he had it when he was here. You could see he was a good player. It was just whether he could adapt to the Premier League, and it didn't happen. But you could see he was a good player.
Yeah. I've got one for you guys. For you in the channel panel. Who was the better player? Who gave more? Heskey or Kite?
Oh, you bastard. Ooh, Nalante.
Say that again. Sorry, Nalante.
Yeah. So who was the better player? Who gave more to the club for you? Emil Heskey or Dirk Kite?
That's a pretty.
All right, sorry, I was writing. I was too busy typing. I saw the knock against El Nino, the way that he left. I was making sure.
Oh, 12. Yeah.
I was sitting there putting in my defense for El Nino in his redemption arc.
Yeah, Emil's.
El Nino properly said that he will always. He's always been a Red at heart, and that he always has love for the team. But so you're asking who? Dirk Kite and who?
Emil Heskey.
Who was a more
impact
what way did you word it? Who gave more to? Who was the better player and who gave more to the team? Is what you said.
How many years were each of them with us? Emil was with us about 6 years, 7 years, was he?
I would only go for maybe I have a personal affection for Dirk Kuyt. I think he's like just the absolute like worker, hard worker, despite the fact that some might not have thought that he had the technical skills to be at some of the levels that he's reached. But like, I've heard some people say some, things that as if he's not like, he wasn't, he's more of like what were we calling him? Like, not even icon level, more like a cult hero. More than
Dirk Kuyt. Everyone knows what he is. He's the hardest working player of all time, not the best.
Yeah.
No one's going to say
scored in that. He was the only one that scored in that return fixture against Champions League final against AC Milan.
But that's his fame.
Yeah,
that's Dirk Kuyt's fame. Unfortunately for him,
that kind of symbolized the way he works. Yeah,
he's known as the hardest working player of all time. He never got played as a striker. Always got played on a right by Rafa. But it's a legacy. I wouldn't mind. I'd take it.
The first two seasons of Heskey and Owen was
never known as a goal scorer.
I mean, it culminated in the treble season. Emil got 25 league goals, I think, or 24.
No, I think he got 22
in the league.
I think
he got 24 or 25. He got in the league, Emil. But anyway, it was a massive goal scoring season, and then his goal scoring did tail off in his later Liverpool career. But it was really good, his partnership with Owen. You're thinking who did Kuyt partner with? Crouch, Torres sometimes.
That's kind of divided. There's some shots for Heskey, some shots for Dirk.
That's the thing, you see. That's why it's such a bitch of a question, because it's literally the two. I mean, two guys who were incredibly hard working. Didn't get
players.
But also didn't get the credit.
Lunch pail workers, kind of like that kind of.
Yeah, but they also had quality that they didn't get quality or didn't get credit for, and they also scored. But I think Heskey, in that the season that Lee is talking about, he did actually score a shitload of goals.
I think it was 24 league goals, just Premier League for Heskey that first.
I thought it was 22. I thought it was 22 he got.
It was an awful lot anyway, but it was a great partnership, and I loved it.
He was really class
in the mix as well.
Yeah, so I would just about. I mean, it is a horrible question, Lante, but I would just about give it to Heskey, because even though, like Heskey, I think they could both do all of the hard work, but Heskey was a little bit more. He's way underrated because now people look back, they just ignore what he did, and they just see, Heskey, the big lummox kind of thing. He was brilliant. We watched those, back to the watch-alongs. Heskey's been brilliant in some of these games,
Yeah, he was.
So, phenomenal.
I just,
destroyed Real Madrid.
I think the physicality of
Germany,
the physicality of Heskey, what you would expect from him, exceed what you would necessarily expect from Dirk. And I think that
him and Owen was a perfect partnership. Heskey and Owen. You talk about the old big man, little man kind of thing. But I'd give it to. I don't even remember kind of what the question was, but Heskey, I think.
Yeah, Emil could be a really
is the most one of the most underrated players we've had. Kuyt gets a lot of love. Kuyt gets a huge amount of love, but I think Heskey is a little bit actually underappreciated for how good he was. Who did he go to when he left us? He went to Wigan, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wigan. Yeah, Wigan.
Yeah, what a step down that was, man. He should have. Everybody always said he was too shy.
Did Houllier sell him, or was it Rafa? I think it was Houllier he won it because he left before Rafa was here, didn't he? Emil?
He's before Rafa.
No,
he signed by Houllier.
Yeah, but
So he was signed and sold by
I
Houllier.
don't think Houllier sold him. No.
But it has to
No,
be Rafa. I don't remember him
it's
playing
Rafa.
though. I don't remember
Yeah.
him being under
I
Rafa.
don't know.
No, he
Houllier.
didn't play under Rafa. He got sold just before Rafa came in.
Yeah, so it would have been
Is
So
Houllier.
the same summer. So
Barros.
Yeah,
2004.
basically the same summer. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
I remember
Barros
too.
by there, didn't we? And his goal
Yeah.
scored tailed off, hadn't it?
Yeah. And Pops, Heskey was never pushed out wide by Owen. He was never pushed out. It's just the fact that they had Owen and Barris, and Houllier decided to change things in regards to that. And so sometimes you just play because Heskey could. Well, it's like Kite. He's not a right winger. Heskey's not a left winger, but they could do some kind of a job just to
Alan was
fit
going
in.
because he didn't fit what Houllier wanted to do, you know what I mean? So it happens to forwards. He wanted Heskey and Owen,
True.
and then Heskey fell out of favour than himself.
Yeah, just by the end, just getting out. Yeah.
Oh, you could play Durkheim at right back.
Yeah.
Durkheim was like the original.
Yeah,
Miller.
I like
He's played all over
You
the
could play
pitch.
him. You could ask him.
Again,
He'd do a job
one major
any
difference.
other than goalkeeper, centre half. Durkheim would probably put in a totally service, a good shift anywhere.
scored
Yeah,
in
He's one of those guys. The original Miller was Durkheim.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the hat trick at
Goal-
Old Trafford
goal
from
is
like
absolutely.
its grand total
Yeah.
of like.
Oh, you mean the Anfield?
Or
Oh,
Anfield, yeah,
Anfield.
from like they
Yeah.
added it all up. Do you remember they added it all up after the game? And they're like the total like distance of the entire hat trick was like 3 feet or something.
Yeah, he was
Oh, that
deadly.
was so
Him and
funny.
Suarez,
Oh,
the link
brilliant.
up.
That was brilliant.
Yeah,
That
the
was
link
so
up.
good.
Yeah, the hat trick against Man United was great, but wasn't the greatest hat trick in terms of its beauty, but it was
no.
pretty much savoured here on Merseyside.
We will have this conversation certainly.
They're better.
We'll have,
ideas,
a best of the Premier League. Do a best front three of the Premier League. Do a best of 11 if you need to. We could even have that conversation. I know. I get that. I saw the slippery slope that is sometimes talking about question Fowler or Salah, or the question earlier, which was, I think it was, who was the bigger cult hero, Crouch or Origi?
Everything's a slippery slope if it's this or that. Everything.
Yeah. That's why it's this or that.
Mhm.
That's exactly why I want to get that episode. I gotta get that. We'll have that episode. That episode's going to come up eventually because we're trying to.
I love Nani's assist
shorts and
in
TikTok.
that game at Anfield when Kite got a hat trick. One of his goals was with a Nani assist. Nani backheaded it from the edge of the area and it landed around the penalty spot, and Kite just snappled it.
Yeah, we'll have these questions. We'll have that. We'll have like a segment. I'm trying to get a good graphics montage that we can do the quick segments and everything. Do like do some blind ratings and the likes. We're gonna have some fun episodes. A lot of the episodes are gonna pick themselves now that we have a lot of the schedule being pretty jam packed with games, whether they're Champions League games, whether they're League Cup games, whether they're Premier League games. We have a lot. And then we also are going to have the FA Cup coming up relatively soon, as well as that's going to get involved in the fixtures as well. So we're going to have a bunch of games lined up, a bunch of shows lined up, but we will probably sneak in a fun show like that here or there. Maybe, like I said, Monday we might even do a double dip and try to do like a review rating show, and then maybe even get into this he said what or they said what segment where we can get some of these comments out there so that when you do hear them, you'll be like, what? Timestamp it, screenshot it, do whatever you need to do, let us talk about it, hold people accountable for some of the crazy takes, some of the definite agendas that some people are on. Some of the narratives that coerce us into thinking elsewise when we see the truth and we know what it is, but yet we hear it so often and so often and so loudly that we start to shape our own opinions towards ones that don't really mirror the reality that is the truth. But we are here to help you, people. We are here to help you. We are all Liverpool 12th men, and we are here to definitely stand up and say not on our watch. So let us end the show here. This is a viral reaction of anything. 2.5 hours deep into this episode. We will have again a review and rating show tomorrow, and we also will have a They Said What episode where we will go over some of these comments, see if these same people that had these wild takes on Stevie G, or whether they had these wild takes on the Egyptian king Mo Salah, whether it's these wild takes about Liverpool's downfall is imminent, whether it is any of these takes, along with a couple others I'm sure that are out there. We will all address most of them, at least on Monday. If there are others, definitely, like I said, be sure to get them to me via Twitter or X, whatever you call it, or even if you can send it to my email as well. If that's another easier way for you to get them to me, if you're not on possibly X, or if you are subscribed, you can always leave a message. Just leave a comment. I answer majority, if not all, the comments. I try to engage in all of them, whether it's me, Nalante, Lee, JK, Irishman. We all have the ability to reply and answer and talk to you via the comments, and the comments help us immensely with the algorithm and getting us a little momentum so that we can take on these wolves in sheep clothing, right? These with that are some of these people out there that have these crazy great takes, but it does not matter, because guess what? Top of the leagues to you, plural. Top of the leagues to you, my Reds. So that's where we're at right now. I'll allow for Lee, then JK, then Irishman, and I'll let Nolante, as he's become so best as known, to have the final thought, the final message. Lee, what is it that you'd like to say to the people?
We've got 2/3 of the season left to go, and we're in a really good position. So we're bound to take a bit of flack, aren't we, from rival clubs, rival fans and that. But I'm just pleased that we got today's game out the way, and hopefully there's no injuries from it, and we've come through it. We've won without playing well, and you can't ask for more than that, can you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. JK, how about for you?
For me, enjoy the ride. I didn't know it would be a tricky game today. I knew we would win. I even texted you, we're winning this, bro. Half time. But I just felt that the mentality against Madrid and City will be a little bit different. Hence why you'll see a better sort of performance, I believe. Yeah. But anyway, good win, 3 points, bang.
3 points. That's what it comes down to. And Irishman, would you like to say what you'd like to say?
Yes. I'm going to go live in about an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to join in then, that's what I was talking about, the world thing.
Put your link in there too.
Yeah, by the way, someone else can put it in. Someone else can put it in. But I'll go live in about an hour if anybody else is still around and feels like chatting about the game, because I know it's very early there. You've been up since basically this morning.
Yeah, I only had a couple hours of sleep, but
yeah, man.
I don't even know if I'm gonna power nap. I have a brunch to get to. It's about to be noon, or coming in on the noon hour. So,
yeah, so I know we've done. I mean, you've done a lot today. You've been up super.
Respect for that, Ralph.
Yeah,
that's why we won, bro. That's why we won. You put the effort in, we won.
Yeah, I made the extra effort.
Yeah.
The team's a little late on waking up a little bit, I guess you could say. Our team was a little bit late on waking up as well today, but they came through for us.
No, but we picked up the slack all over the place.
Exactly.
But I'll go live again if the boys want to talk some more, chat some more. People.
Yeah, we can do it in half an hour or something.
Yeah, I'll do it in what. And I was thinking about that's what I was asking you to send me the thing about the game. So we can play a few.
You want that link? Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So
I'll get
games maybe tonight.
Just stick around, and once we're backstage, I'll find it for you.
Yeah. So anybody that's in the chat that wants to wait around on either was 10 to 7 UK, it's 10 to 7 UK. So in the next hour or so, we got something else going. Just keep the flow going. People around.
So I'll put your link in the chat anyway.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, a few games to play. See how it goes.
Yeah. Definitely bonkers. I don't know. I think we're friends on Twitter. If not, put it if you can, send it to my email or send it to my Twitter account, or even put it in the comments if you like. Any comment is a good comment. Oh, was Uncle Albert cooking Quasi? Oh, I want to definitely see that. Oh man. So yeah, Nolante, you have the last word here. What would you like to say? Oh, well, yeah, I think he's getting prepped. He's on mute right now, so I know the anticipation. But now, ready? And here he is, Nolante.
Like JK and the rest of us guys, co-hosts, we appreciate you 12 putting in the work. Just a shame that some of our players forgot your work ethic, but they got away with one today. But we move. So big yourself up, 12. Obviously, the Flying Irishman, no need to say, will be on his channel. The boys will be back on this channel, continuing the role and more conversations. So big up Lee as always, and JK always prepping stuff in the background. Don't sleep on JK. He's doing silent things in the background. Don't worry, more news to come. And that knows, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a special edition for you, and it goes like this: violets are blue, roses are red. Liverpool FC are top of the league, 8 points ahead. Dom's first goal as he managed to break his duck. Salah with a double brace, again straight from the ruck. Arnie's slots machine, slotting away. Old Toilet Trafford, Arsenal, and Money City are at the bottom of the bay. And at that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say arrivederci, bon voyage, sayonara. Please be safe and take care of one another. Take care.
Definitely. That is definitely some blessings, peace and blessings for sure, as always. Reds out there, please do hear this loud and hear this true. We all walk together in this struggle, in this pursuit of a title, of silverware. But most of all, we walk together, and that's the most important thing. Whether we win, lose, or draw, we walk together. And I really do appreciate the fact that you guys show support in following the channel, in supporting the channel, and hopefully spreading the love by sharing the channel to other people. Also speaking up, trying to ward out those wolves in sheep's clothing. And just continue to walk proud, my Reds. Walk proud always. So with that, I'd like to say, as always, up the Reds. And we will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow for the doubleheader. And be sure to go on to make sure I put that link in there. Be sure to head over to, and again, you can just, with all the extra question mark, SI, XY, all that stuff, if you just put at the Irishman football, it will go to Brian's channel, by the way. So if it's a little bit, if that's a little bit too much, like getting all the capital X, lowercase y, M, all that stuff, just put at the Irishman football, and you will go to, just make sure you go youtube.com/at the Irishman football, and it will go straight to the Irishman's page. But until then, I bid you adieu, and I also say up the Reds to each and every one of you. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon.